Hello, a very good afternoon and welcome along to the live lounge here in Portsmouth for the WADC Winmau Championship Tour Finals. Dieter Hedman won the first title here on the South Coast 12 months ago, and she is looking to retain her title in 2024. But there's a glittering cast list of names in action, including the likes of Fallon Sherrock, including the likes of Gemma Hayter, who are all in action vying for the £2,000 top prize. Alongside me on stage to talk about all the action is Keegan Brown. Keegan, great to see you here. It's a fantastic trophy that's on offer for the winner this afternoon, and a fantastic showcase for the WADC.
Yeah, definitely. It shows you the amount of players that we've got, good quality players we've got in the field for just the last 8. So, it's somebody's going to be playing well just to win this today.
Well, 16 events took place over the course of 2024 to give us the 8 players that made it through to the finals. The first half of the year saw dominance for the likes of Fallon Sherrock and Gemma Hayter. They both won 2 of the 8 opening events. We also saw a couple of victories for Vicky Pruim as well. And then in the second half of 2024, we saw the emergence of Lisa Ashton as a dominant force. She did make the top 8, but because she played at the seniors yesterday, she won't be participating in this tournament. And the last 3 events of the year were won by Dieter Hedman. Well, Keegan, we saw there with the list of players that won events that there really was 3 or 4 dominant forces, but actually the titles were more split up than perhaps we have seen in the past with women competitions.
Yeah, definitely. It's always good to see so many different ladies coming through, coming back again. And, as we can see right there, the bookies have got Gemma favourite. So Gemma's had a brilliant year and she would like to win herself just to capture it.
Let's talk about the number 1 seed, the defending champion, Dieter Hedman. When you win a title, and you know it by winning the World Youth Championship, how tough is it to then go and retain it the next year?
It's hard. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. But, to be fair to Dieter, she's been a professional over the last 30 years. She knows how to win titles back to back. So would it be a surprise? No, not really.
But Dieter isn't the favourite to win this afternoon with the bookmakers. It's Gemma Hayter, who really has had the year of years. She came back at the beginning of 2024, inspired by the Luke Littler effect. Well, she has had a major effect on the women's game. She goes off the 11-8 favourite to go on and win this afternoon. Fallon Sherrock, 15-8 second favourite. Dieter Hedman and Vicky Pruim tied at 13-2. Is it perhaps not a surprise that the 4 that are at the top of the betting are the top 4 at the top of the betting?
Yeah, because looking at the performances of each tournament, they've been the most consistent, haven't they? Let's be honest. And, the bookies don't really get it wrong, do they?
Gemma Hayter favourite above Fallon Sherrock. Is that based partly on how well Gemma's played this year and the fact that we saw Fallon at the Super Series not too long ago and not qualify for a Saturday night?
It's hard because, to be fair to Gemma, I played youth darts with her 16 years ago. She was a class act there. To watch her come back into the game, take my heart off to her. And to be fair, she's played brilliant, deserves to be favourite today.
Would this be some way to cap off a superb year for Gemma if she was able to lift that crystal trophy in front of a home crowd as well here this afternoon?
Yeah, definitely. Who wouldn't want to be playing in their home team and winning in front of the crowd? So, yeah.
It's an incredible trophy, isn't it? A little bit of crystal, and for somebody to pick that up, it's a very heavy trophy, we should mention as well, but this would be some way to round off a year.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely for the ladies' game. It just proves that the talent that we've got over today, they all can do it.
Well, let's have a look at the draw then. These are the quarterfinals. It's going to be played in draw order. Every single game is going to be played over the best of 7 legs. We kick off with Dieter Hedman up against Kim Holden. Gemma Hayter takes on Angela Kirkwood. Vicky Pruim up against Steph Clark. And then Fallon Sherrock takes on Eleanor Cairns. If you look at the quarterfinals in general, a lot of people probably look at Gemma and Fallon and say potentially they're on a collision course for the final, but you've got players on the bottom half of the draw that on their day can cause real problems for the big seeds.
Yeah, definitely. You look at Eleanor there, she's against Fallon, but she's a top ladies' aid dart player for Lancashire, so anyone can play best of 7.
And when you look at the lineup as well, compared to last year, there feels like a real strength in depth now. And we're going to hear from the players over the course of the afternoon. And one of the things that they've said and they've really enjoyed is the fact that some of the players at the top end of the game really are embracing this tour.
Yeah, definitely. You never want to see one person winning everything, do you? It gets a bit tedious. But when you've got a bunch of brilliant dart players like we have in the top 8 here today, all could win it. It's going to make a good action today.
Well, Keegan, thank you very much for your company for now. We are about to get underway here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. It's a sold-out crowd for the WADC Winmau Championship Tour Finals of 2024. And we kick off with the reigning defending champion, Dieter Hedman. She's the #1 seed for the competition once again this year, and she's looking to pick up the crown that she won for the very first time 12 months ago. Her first opponent in the quarterfinals is Kim Holden, and early on this afternoon, I caught up with Dieter. Dieter, defending champion here at the WADC Tour Finals. How much are you looking forward to the challenge of today?
I always look forward to playing darts.
In terms of last year, we'll go back to that win for yourself. How nice a victory was it? And when you look back at the day, what was your overriding memories of it?
In fairness, as I said, the first round with, do you know what, another year on and my memory's gone. Who was the I played first round?
Jodie Hancock.
Jodie Hancock, yeah. And she was so pleased to have qualified in that last minute. So, and I knew she didn't have much stage experience. So I thought, well, if I play okay, I should get through that. And Lisa, I think I was 3-1 down or 3-0 down, and she missed darts to beat me. And to come back and beat Lisa, really had to take that away from it, which I just would say was a lucky escape for me. But obviously winning the first one was brilliant.
And does it have an extra symbol when you win the first one, become the first player to have their name on a trophy?
Always is. It doesn't matter what tournament it is, whether it's the tournament at the Dog and Duck or the ice of the World Championship. Being the first name on that trophy is always something special because no one can take that away from you.
Defending your title today, but defending titles is one thing you do very well. If I was allowed to have enough printer paper, I'd be able to print out all the trophies you won in your career in excess of 200. How much would you like to retain this one and be Dieter Hedman twice a champion here?
It would be wonderful, but I'm realistic. Last year, the field was good, but this year it's class. You know, so if I win it again, then it will be super special, but I just go into each game as it comes.
Well, we wish you all the very best, Dieter. Good luck today.
Thank you.
We kick off the afternoon by seeing the defending Women's Championship Tour winner in action. Dieter Hedman looking to make it 2 titles in a row. And her first assignment is Kim Holden, the #8 seed for this competition. She was here last year and she's looking to go a couple better than she did in her previous appearance here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. It's a second appearance here in the Super Series arena for Dieter Hedman in 2024. She played at the Women's Week, which took place at the end of May, when able to pick up the title on that particular occasion. But the Caribbean Queen, winner of in excess of 200 tournaments on the WDF Tour and circuit in a career which has spanned in excess of 30 years now. She is one of the most recognisable faces in the women's game, and as defending champion, she is hoping to put on a show. Always putting on a show. Alongside me in the commentary box is Keegan Brown. That's a superb trophy that they're playing for, made in crystal, and someone will make their name and make history here at the WADC Tour Finals. George Baker is your referee. Keegan Brown is alongside me on commentary. And Keegan, this could be some afternoon ahead.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, like Dieter said in her interview, you know, you've got 8 class ladies players here this afternoon, and who wouldn't be playing in Portsmouth on a November Saturday afternoon?
First leg, it's Dieter to throw first. Game on!
The games will be played over the Super Series format, best of 7 legs. But unlike the Super Series, there is a bull-up for every single game. Dieter won that particular exercise in the practice room and will throw first.
27.
And I suppose for all of these players, having played all year to get to this position, they would have built up for this event for weeks. They'll want to just get off to a real settled start.
Yeah, definitely. You know, any dart player
80.
that I always, you know, you find when you have to qualify in a ranking system to qualify for the finals, you know, sometimes it doesn't matter if you're #1 or 8, as long as you're in the field. You know, that's job done so far.
There is a real feel when you have a look at this draw where
42.
you have the experience, particularly of the 4 seeded players, Dieter, Fallon, Vicky and Gemma, against the other 4 players in the field of whom they're trying to build up their experience.
Yeah, definitely.
83.
But then that's one thing with darts. You know, you have to get experience by playing in, you know, the pressured environments and all the rest of it. And that, you know, that's the difference between a good pub player and a very, you know, and a professional player. It's just the experience and handling the pressure at the same time, at the right time. Sorry.
60.
One thing we know about Dieter Hedman are those recognisable barrels that spring up in the air. She was really the first player that brought that into fashion, if you will. I know Peter Wright spent a while
30.
playing with darts of a similar spring-like nature, but it was Dieter back at the Lakeside in the early 2010s that really brought it to the attention of people. 3 times a finalist in that competition. There was a real symmetry about the years she lost her finals in 2012, 2014,
28.
and her last final in 2016.
$100.
Looks like so far in this opening leg, Kim's finding the her feet a lot easier than Dieter. But you can never write off Dieter, the experience that she's got over the years, and, you know, winners of not just 1 or 2 competitions, but multiples of the same ones, you know. Takes some doing.
40.
She dropped just 3 legs en route to the title last year. 4-0 victory in the quarterfinal against Jodie Hancock and a 4-0 win in the final against Samantha Curtin. She was in heaps of trouble in her semi-final match against Lisa Ashton, where the Lancashire Rose
32.
led by 3 legs to 0, but Hedman was able to come back a 4-3 winner. As a matter of fact, both the semi-finals saw players come back from 3-0 behind to then go on and win in a last leg decider.
And that's why we love watching darts, isn't it?
44.
But, you know, Kim, she's made inroads on the Dieter throat. She probably just wants a, you know, steady 60, you know, just 3 straight darts. And she
60.
has, you know, 140 in front of Dieter. So Dieter's got some row to make up for the time being. Can she bounce it over the treble?
$60. Kim, you require 116.
So Holden had 6 darts on here to get the breaker throw in the opening leg of the contest.
And here we go, double 18 to win the first leg.
98.
Skim the inside wire, but she has got time on her side. Hedman through 7 visits, yet to make any inroads on throw. Remember, she won the darts in the practice room, and she may lose it in the very first leg of the contest. Holden coming back for double 9 to take
60.
a 1-0
Kim, you
lead.
require 18.
Be interested to see if Kim go for it. Oh yeah, it looks like she's going straight for double 9. Bounce it off the barrel.
9. DT, you require 140.
Well, this would be a steal if Hedman took out this 140.
But would we be surprised, you know, with Dieter's caliber to take out this 140 when she needs to? And that's the first one. Perfect treble. Yeah, just bounced off the flight there. It did. Ricocheted. And she's gonna
100.
just left it handy
Kim, you
for
require
tops.
9.
But suddenly, from having an air of comfortability in this leg, Kim Holden's under a bit of pressure now. And she's
No
burst
score.
the score. And Dieter
DT, you require
Hedman,
40.
who is seemingly a passenger in this first leg, has got 3 darts at tops to win it. Double 10.
$20.
Doesn't go.
Kim, you
Both
require
players have missed
9.
opportunities. 7 missed darts between the pair to win this opening leg. Holden gets a 3rd bite of the cherry.
We always say you never settle down until you win your first leg.
5. DT, you require 20.
And this could be where Dieter's experience really comes into play. She would have been involved in situations like this before, and she'll know exactly how to deal with it. Holden shakes her head in the background. There's almost an expectation of that double 5 went.
Hedman.
And the double 5 does go. And Hedman moves into a 1-0 lead.
Second leg is Kim to throw
nerve-ridden first leg,
Game on.
but it's a leg in the ledger of Dieter Hedman.
I think the experience for Dieter that handled the situation.
96.
You know, to me, Kim come out the blocks. She used same ball, and then it's like I alluded to in the previous leg. Until you win your first leg, that's the thing that settles you down.
And I can imagine there's a different pressure as well when you're
40.
opening up a tournament. You opened up a World Championship, didn't you, against John Part once upon a time. What is the nerves like when you have to play the first game of a tournament? Because I can imagine the last thing you want to do is to be the first player
41.
that heads for home before anybody else has played.
Yeah. That, do you know what? There's nothing worse knowing when you lose on the first day of a TV event and you're back home before half the players even arrive for that. I think you just want to settle down. That's all you want. With me, like you said, I played John 10 years ago. It was this year, and I felt all right until I hit the first 180. Until I hit the first, I was just all over the shot, and then I did it, and I thought, I could just relax now. And then, I think I was quite lucky to win 3-2 in the end. But yeah, nevertheless, it's definitely a good feeling. That's why we love playing darts. We all love to win.
And the opportunity for both players, and all 8 players, in fact,
100.
this afternoon is a huge one. We heard from Falicek. We're going to hear from Falicek a little bit later on in the programme. And it was very interesting to hear from her, particularly as one of the big names of the sport, as Dieter Hedman is.
58.
And she said one of the big things is the ADC Tour, the WADC Tour, is almost that mix of the top players want to compete for big prizes like this, but also opportunities for other players that just want to start out, see whether they're good enough to play at the high level. It's
60.
that happy medium to see where their game is at. It's an opportunity for everyone.
Yeah, definitely. It's an opportunity where, if you want to try out darts further than the pub, it's a good stepping stone,
42.
isn't it, to see where your game is against the world's best.
However, Kim must be looking at the start that Dieter's made and thought, I have to pounce on this because at some point she must feel like the Caribbean Queen will spring into gear and have a spring in her step.
123.
But that's Kim's best visit of the match. Leads her on a finish. This leg holding a similar complexion to the last, where Kim in front in the scoring stakes, but looking to get the job done. She missed 4 darts and a double to win the opening leg, and if the truth be told, she should have had more.
Yeah, definitely. There's nothing worse when you should be at least 1 leg up and possibly 2 after this. And Kim here, she's got 48 left, so she's either looking at the 18 or a 16 to leave a finish, and puts the pressure back on Dieter to take out the 1-2-4. She does. Leaves 32.
Dieter 124.
Looking at 1-2-4. She looking straight at the 20s. She's got 106. So Kim knows she's got 3 darts when she comes back to level up the match.
92. Kim, you require 32.
Well, Hedman here showing real signs of vulnerability. Holden has to pounce. And Holden
Game
does
start on the second
Holden.
leg. Kim Holden.
Level we are at 1-1. As you can see, a sold-out crowd here at the
Third
live
leg,
lounge
it's
in
Dieter to
Portsmouth
throw
for both
first.
this
Game
afternoon
on.
and this evening's action.
So there's a lot of support here for Gemma. There's a lot of ex and current Hampshire ladies dart players in the crowd. And it's always a nice feel. It's always nice to
60.
see when you get when you get your own players supporting you. On a big day for Gemma, this is, especially for the year that she's had.
One thing you find particularly in the
97.
women's game is everybody will support everybody, no matter what the distance is. They're willing to put the miles in to go and support the people that they care about or they like or they're friends with. And we saw it last year. It was a bumper crowd here in the afternoon, and you literally
60.
could not buy a ticket a week in advance of this event. That was how popular this was.
Yeah, definitely. And, it's just good that, there's a good crowd in to support the
25.
ladies. And, it is a packed audience downstairs in Portsmouth for this afternoon session.
It's the same venue that hosts the Super Series Monday to
45.
Saturday every single week, and you can be here on any given Saturday by scanning this QR code. It sends you to a website called www.dartshop.tv. Dieter
100.
Hebner's actually going to be playing at the Global Championship in December by finishing top of the WADC Order of Merit at the end of 2024. She and Fallon Sherrick have both been given invitations to play in that particular tournament. Hedman plays in week 1 of that event, and should she make
60.
it through to the Saturday, she will play in front of a crowd once again. The finals of that competition will take place on Sunday the 22nd of December. That will be an afternoon session.
59.
And all the darts from that particular tour will also be broadcasted live here on the Super Series YouTube channel. So plenty of opportunities for players between now and the end of the year, courtesy of the ADC. And Dieter Hedman, one of the real big beneficiaries of it.
44.
It's always good to see, when you play the most consistent, when you are ranked 1, 2, 3 and 4, it's good to see there's channels opening up for all dart players.
61.
Dieter it on her throat. She needs to make inroads, even though Kim's not left to finish, but she's looking more tidy on 159 than compared to Dieter's
58.
232.
Holden here has 6 darts to get the break of Hedman from this point onwards. And has
99.
set it up okay, left herself on a single to double upon over turn, forcing Dieter into a big visit of her own.
Yeah, Dieter, no. She needs to put a good 2 trebles at.
60. Kim requires 60.
So Kim looking for 20 for tops. And then top of the shot.
$20.
That
DTU
bent
by
the wire.
114.
That's unlucky.
And it gives him an opportunity, an outside chance, but a chance nonetheless. This will be the first ton topper of the Championship Tour Finals.
She has double 19. Shanghai in the 19s. And she does so.
Game shot on the third
Well, that
leg.
is
Dieter
simply
Hedman.
superb. And that may well be the moment where the screw turns for Dieter Hedman.
Fourth
She
leg
leads
is
by
Kim
2
to
legs
throw
to 1.
first. Game on.
And Kim Holden will feel like she has missed a big opportunity because Dieter got off to a slow start in this contest. Holden
59.
missed 4 darts to win leg 1. And Hedman, ever since then, has been able to take advantage of the opportunities afforded to her. And a moment of brilliance there with the 114 checkout. The number 1 seed is halfway towards the semi-finals.
Yeah, that's the beauty of this game, isn't it? You've played 3 legs.
21.
Dieter's 2-1 up. And in theory, Kim should be 3-0 up. What can Kim do to bring back? And do you know what? She's going the right way about things. And she does so.
180.
The first maximum of these tour finals goes to Kim Holden. Now we really are coming alive here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. Hedman with the 114, Holden with a maximum, and suddenly it just feels like
39.
both players are settling in a little bit better on the stage.
And that's the thing with darts. Sometimes you need the catalyst. When you've got 2 players, I wouldn't say struggling, but they're trying to play well to beat each other, right? And it sounds daft to
92.
say that, but sometimes, you do get the opponent to take out the 114 like Dieter did, and maybe that's the catalyst that Kim needed to start playing well.
I know we've only seen 3.5 legs of this contest, but hasn't it felt like it swung back and forth so many times?
Oh, definitely.
125. Kim require 170.
A true seesaw game of darts, this is. What Kim doesn't want to do now, she doesn't want to have wayward darts.
27.
And there is that danger, isn't there? And we saw it in the first leg of the contest where Kim is so comfortable in terms of the scoring, in terms of the advantage she has in the leg, that before you know it, it can be let
34,
slip
Kim
if
Yukar,
you
143.
don't capitalise, you don't get the leg done as quickly as possibly you should.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Kim out, shots on, she's looking at treble 17. She does so it's double 16 for 143.
111.
Whisk it away.
Yeah, it would have been a very tidy 15 dart if that double 16 went in.
Would have been the best leg of the match, but she is going to come back for 3 more. She's actually going to come back for 6 more.
44.
To
Kim
square
Yukar,
this
32.
first quarter final up at 2 apiece.
Kim out looking for 2 double 16s. It's 25, so big 9. And she does, so it's double 8. And she does.
Game shot and the 4th leg.
Well,
Kim
ever
Holden.
since that blot in leg 1, Kim Holden has been more reliable on the outer ring. We have a
leg,
level
it's
quarter
Dieter to
final
throw
at
first.
2-2, and it
Game
just
on.
feels like the standard is beginning to be raised somewhat.
Yeah, definitely. You know, both players know it's now a best of 3 match.
$24.
Is the truth that we're none the wiser at this present moment in time?
Yeah, definitely.
44.
There's nothing worse from a darter's perspective as such, where you know you need to hold throw and you kick off with an average or sub below average score, and then when you're the other opponent, you're thinking, right, I need to jump in, hit 320,
24.
and then you hit a similar score, and yeah, that's when it makes darts more entertaining. But I can assure you that both players, they just want to, keep focus as such.
15.
And I can imagine there can also be an element of trying too hard, because they'll both know that the other player isn't playing to their A game, and you almost try too hard to force the issue.
Yeah, of course you do. A lot of dart players will tell you that the best thing to do is just to relax, and that's the hardest thing to do when you're trying too hard.
140.
Because if you're trying too hard, you're not relaxing. You start, as I would say, spraying darts left, right, and centre. But it's not your fault. You just want to try so hard just to go over the line.
85.
Coming up after this match, we'll see Gemma Hayter, the number 4 seed in action. We'll be playing the matches in draw order. So the top half first, the bottom half second. And Gemma's first assignment is Angela Kirkwood, also
60.
playing in this competition for a 2nd consecutive year. And then we'll focus on the bottom half of the draw. Vicky Pruin up against Steph Clark, and then the Queen of the Palace, Fallon Sherrick, will be in action. She takes on Eleanor Ken.
43.
We'll then move straight on into the semi-finals, and then there will be a short 10-minute interval before the final where the winner will be crowned. They pick up a £2,000 first prize and the title of Championship Tour winner in 2024.
45. $78.
So Tita, she's just above the 200 mark. What would she do just to get a treble? She's looking at the 19s, just to leave it handy on 164 or better.
82.
And she has done.
First to a finish in leg 5.
$83. DTU car 126.
But she's not going to get 6. Kim with that last start there of the treble, leaving herself on 153. Hedman, remember, you already had the 114, but the 126 isn't going to join it.
40. Kim Newcar 153.
Good opportunity for Kimmett for the 153. She should be looking at that treble 20 for the first start. Unlucky that.
41. DTU Choir 86.
Well, Dieter's led 1-0 and led 2-1. Is she about to lead 3-2? She's going to get 2 in her hand at double 16. Double 8. Last dart in hand. But not
70.
found. And there's a lot
Kim,
of darts
112.
dropping low at the moment for Dieter.
You know, Kim here looking for the 112. Still got opportunities looking at treble 20. Now it's setting up. She's going to go 16s.
61.
So
DT
a little
requires
bit of pressure
16.
on the 16.
We see it so often in the Super Series format of Better 7, how the fifth leg can really swing a game at 2-2. But
Game
Hedman
start on the
finds the
fifth
double
leg.
4.
Dieter Hedman.
And for the third time in this game, Dieter Hedman has her nose in front. She's led 1-0, 2-1 and now
leg is Kim to throw
3-2.
first.
And the
Game
defending
on.
champion is a leg away from the semi-finals. Not playing at her best, but I think she'll be more of a lead than anything else to secure safe passage into the semi-finals.
59.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there, Henry. You know, all you want to do is just to get a W under the belt. And sometimes dart plays, you don't care how the W comes, as long as you get it. That's the main thing.
As for Kim, if
38.
she loses this game, she must feel like a big opportunity has been missed here.
Yeah, definitely. And to be fair to Kim, she's not done a lot wrong. Not done a lot wrong. She's always played
60.
on her throw. She's always played more consistent. Because I think sometimes, you know, if you get Dieter where, you know, she's not been at a consistent self in this match, and it's a bit of a Christmas come early, and you don't know how to take the present, do you?
81.
Well, it's a great point you make, because that bullseye in the practice room may well be the most important conundrum when it comes to the conclusion of this contest, because so far it's all gone with the darts.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
77.
You know, on Kim's throw, you know, she's taking out the two legs, and she's taking them out in 20 darts. So on her throw, she's winning the legs on 25 average.
$45. $62.
You know, there's a bit of a shot at the back of the stage. If anyone sees there's a massive hole in the stage, I can assure you that there is. And that was because my size 11 foot went straight through the speaker as we were walking off the stage earlier.
Yeah, clumsy Keegan Brown.
47.
Destroying the equipment here at the Modus.
Anyway, Keegan, a pleasure working with you. We will give you the P45 in the post on the way out.
Yeah.
140.
That's a good dance there for Kim. Kim knows she's got at least 3 darts, and then potentially 6 darts. Depends what Dieter can get going in this throat.
60. Kim require 103.
Time on her side. Well, this game between Hedman and Holden has been all about holds. It could be a second ton plus checkout of the match.
She must go 6 or a 10. And she does. So it's double top for another. That's unlucky.
83.
She got the line well, but the length wasn't quite there as it was pulled low. And so Holden will come back with 3 more in hand anyway at double 10. She had that comfort blanket anyway to take us all the way to a last leg decider.
135. Kim
But
require
under
20.
pressure because Hedman's left herself on a 2-darter here.
So Kim looking for 2 10s to go level game. That's
10.
unlucky.
DT require 95.
3 well thrown darts there. You know, Dieter, we know she can go the 57 for 38 route. She done that when she took out that impressive 114. But not now. So that's looking at 75.
22.
And so opportunity knocks
Did
again
you-
for
and
Kim,
Kim, you
but you
require
feel
10.
like this first dart is so important.
Definitely. Needs to be above, in my opinion. That's the perfect marker, as long as it doesn't go into the 20s. And it does so.
Game shot in the sixth leg, Kim Holden.
A flick off the barrel, and we go all the way. The first match of these Championship Tour finals will see a crescendo
So the final
leg.
leg is Dieter to
Hedman
throw
free,
first.
Holden free.
Game on.
And it's the defending champion with the darts to see herself into the semi-finals for a second consecutive year.
$22.
Come here. She got good opportunity to make on the inroads with Dieter's first throw. She's found the treble. That's a good start.
100. $121.
Good response there from Dieter. So Kim only 43 behind. Dieter's throwing this important last legger.
59.
You know, and that's the thing, you know, Dieter's not played at her best in this match, but it's the experience. You know, it's the experience of hitting, you know, in the score in the 40s and then hitting the back
60.
with a 1-2-3. And it's, you know, you can't buy experience in darts in these situations.
Well, I was going to say trebles feel like gold does, but not that particular treble.
83.
That will help massively. And you feel like this final leg, after 9 darts each, we're none the wiser.
You know, I can assure all the viewers at home that they are absolutely trying their hardest
40.
there. But with Kim, she's earned herself a free pass at the moment on the Dieter throw. So I'm surprised that she didn't stay there on the 19s. 'Cause perfect marker.
43.
And you feel like the winner of this game, you'll get a better version of them in the semi-finals. They'll be more relaxed. They've got that horrible opener under their belt.
Yeah, tenfold. You know, that's the thing, you know. Any darts match, the hardest one is the first one to win. Once you've got a win, you feel more comfortable. You just
26.
relax more, and it's, you know, brings the better player out. But you know, Kim here, she's still 16 points in front of Dieter. That's a good second dart. Wants to leave this tally D when she does.
100.
The champion is in trouble. Dieter Hedman, who picked up the trophy 12 months ago, the first ever player to win this tournament, is now facing an opportunity against her. However, just like a true champion does, when her back is against the wall, she fires home her first maximum with her last scoring visit of the match. But is it going to be academic?
So Kim here, that's a perfect lie for the second dart, just to go into the treble. That's unlucky.
60. Dieter acquired
When
52.
it mattered, Dieter Hedman came up with her biggest scoring visit right at the very last. And she's now got an opportunity to see this game through. It hasn't been vintage. And Hedman's missed an opportunity, and Holden is back for the match. Back to send the defending champion packing
20.
in the very first game of the tournament.
Looking at the big 16 for double top.
Huge dart. Perhaps the biggest dart of her darting life so far. Tops to head through to the semi-finals
36.
and to have knocked Hedman out.
Dieter
And so the
acquired
champion
32.
gets a reprieve. Double 16 to send herself into the semi-finals. It's a great guide. But she cannot utilise it.
$24. Kim, you acquired 20.
Kim here, 3 darts at double 10. Double 5.
15.
Both players have missed a
Dieter acquired
plethora of
8.
match darts. And Hedman gets a third opportunity. And maybe, just maybe, third time is the charm. Double 2. They never lose. Now the Madhouse.
She bent the wire.
6.
Absolutely incredible.
Kim, you require 5.
Tension, drama, missed doubles aplenty, and Holden now looking to finally dispatch of Dieter Hedman. Double 2, 1 left. But it
1.
doesn't go.
DT require 2.
We've all been here before, haven't we? Madhouse for the match. And the champion marches on.
Dieter Hedman!
Dieter Hedman made hard work of it at times, but she is into the semi-finals. The champion of 12 months ago is into the final 4 in 2024. She beats Kim Holden by 4 legs to 3. Coming up after the break, Gemma Hayter up against Angela Kirkwood. Welcome back to the WADC Winmau Championship Tour Finals, where before the break, Dieter Hedman, the defending champion, made it through to the semi-finals, getting the better of Kim Holden by 4 legs to 3. Our second quarter-final sees the number 4 seed, Gemma Hayter, in action. She takes on Angela Kirkwood, who's here for a second consecutive year at these finals at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. For Gemma, this time last year, she wasn't even playing darts. Inspired by the Luke Littler effect, she decided to pick her darts back up competitively in March, and what a 2024 she has had. She's picked up 3 of these WADC Tour titles in 2024, and she got off to a real blockbuster start. As soon as she came back into the fold, she won her first event. Beat Steph Clark in event 5 by 5 legs to 2 in the final. She also beat Dieter Hedman in the event 8 final 5-4 for another last leg decider against Steph Clark, who we're going to see in the next game against Vicky Pruitt.
First leg, it's Gemma to throw
But
first.
for Angela Kirkwood,
Game on!
back into the finals. This year maybe not as prolific as 2023, where she did pick up a tour event title. But Keegan, all eyes are going to be on Gemma Hayter, the bookmaker's favourite before a dart was thrown. Justified in your view?
Yeah, to be fair, you know, Gemma had some time out of the darts for a long period, and you know, I even played youth county with her back in the day for Hampshire. So obviously, I know Gemma's game very well, and you know, she was a very good,
40.
you know, female player back in the day. So you know, to see her coming back into darts, yeah, it's good. It's really good to see. But yeah, the you know, are we surprised how well Gemma's
100.
played this year coming back? No, not really. But yeah, I think it'd be good for Gemma to, you know, win today. You know, it'd be a
83.
a nice feather in the cap as such.
Well, this is pretty much her final event of the year, so it really would be some way to round off 2024. And you look at what's ahead for her in 2025. She's in the provisional field for the Women's World Match Play at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. If the truth be told, I don't think there's any issue in regard to her not qualifying for that event. But she has got off to a blockbuster start, and in fairness to Angela, she has kept pace with Gemma right from the get-go. And it's close to a finish.
And she has that. And she's done it well on the Gemma's throat. So Gemma hoping to just get a treble.
45. Angela,
So
you got
Angela-
116.
She gets the first poke on the finisher, so it's 116. Looking for the treble 20.
60. Gemma, you got 133.
Gemma's got the more of the awkward finish for 133. Staying on the 20s. Pretty looking downstairs for the 19s.
59. Angela, you acquire 56.
And so Kirkwood for the breaker throw into spring and opening leg surprise upon Gemma Hayter. Double 4, 2 in hand. In it
Game
goes.
shot on the first
Kirkwood gets
leg.
the break.
Angela
She leads
Kirkwood.
1-0. A bright start for the girl who's on fire.
Second leg is Angela to throw first. Game on.
No surprise what her walk-on song is, by the way.
Madness. But yeah, Angela starting like a train.
140.
Well, she keeps getting given hard assignments when playing in these tour finals. Gemma Hayter this year, and when she played in the tournament last year,
100.
she was knocked out in the quarterfinal stage by Lisa Ashton, who was due to play here. She had qualified for this event, but due to her participation in the World Seniors Masters in Sunderland, has
60.
had to withdraw from this particular tournament to fulfil those obligations. And so Eleanor Cairns, the number 9 player in the WADC rankings,
85.
was given the call up, taking the seeding of Lisa, and she'll take on Fallon Sherrick in the final quarter-final.
Yeah, at the moment, Angela's throwing just below her.
132.
Well, after that throw, she's averaging just above 92 at the moment.
58. $43.
Her record in terms of the championship tour was she was always going very deep in events. A lot of
43,
quarterfinals,
Andrea,
a couple of
126.
semi-finals. She was always there or thereabouts. One event free in Middlesbrough, beating Vicky Pruin 5-4 in the final. She could be the player. There always is in an
82.
8-player field like this that people don't talk about, but then goes under the radar. She really is so here. She's threatening a 2-0 lead against Gemma Hayter. Got the break in leg 1.
177.
And it's 44 points away
Angela
from a
acquired
2-0 lead.
44.
Angela now. Double 13. To go 2-0 up. She does.
Game shot on the second leg. Angela Kirkwood.
They both plays at the moment, averaging over the 80 mark, so it's a good standard in the
Third
second
leg
match.
is Gemma to throw first. Game on.
Kirkwood. Averaging just a shade under 86
50.
so far. In and around that 6 visit range. Legs of 18 and 17 thus far.
To be fair to Gemma, she's probably thinking, have I walked into a trainer?
100.
Well, if you look at the scoring power pack, Gemma's been doing okay in terms of scoring, but have a look at those 90 pluses. Those one treble scores, Andrew is continually being able to pick off, and by doing that, she's given herself more opportunities in legs.
Yeah, definitely. You can see that's another one.
100. $140. $60.
So Gemma got a good chance at it, and she has that's a perfect first start. Probably should look at the 19s. Well, what do I know?
140.
Well, Gemma's raising her game. The big question of Angela Kirkwood now is whether she can follow or keep at the same level that she's ascertained so far in this contest.
100. Gemma, you require 126.
So looking at the 19s. It's the shot still on for treble 19. 88 left.
43. Angela, you require 141.
Would it be surprised if Angela takes us out?
It would sting. And it's still on. Treble 19 would have left double 12. Hater back for 83.
94.
You feel like she has to
Gemma,
take
you
this
require
out.
83.
Otherwise, the number 4 seed is in big trouble.
She needs the ball.
58. Angela, you require 47.
This is for the double break. And Angela Cook would have the darts to see through Gemma Hayter, to beat Gemma Hayter, but that's a slip. She does get 2 in hand, but it's at double 13. But it dips low.
33.
And Hayter gets her a
Gemma,
pre.
you
She's only
require
had
25.
one dart at the bullseye in this match. It's the only opportunity she's had to win a leg. She's going to get 2 now at double 8.
Game
And she
start
only
the
needs
third
the
leg.
1.
Gemma
And Gemma
Hayter.
Hayter is up and running in this contest. She survived 2
Fourth leg
darts
is
to go
Angela
3-0
first.
down.
Game on.
But the problem Gemma's got is she's going to have to find a break at some point.
$60.
Gemma knows she has to make indents on the Angela throw it.
45.
Because there's a difference between being 2-2 and 3-1 down.
Gemma being backed by a big crowd
60.
here in Portsmouth, which can, in terms of pressure, have a double-edged sword. It can inspire you, or if things go wrong, it can sometimes feel all-consuming.
58.
Yeah, definitely. It's like I alluded to where there's a lot of the ex-Hampshire players in the room and current Hampshire players, so you know, Gemma would have been playing with them for a long time, and you know, I think Gemma should just want just to get a couple of schools together on this throw.
60.
Well, we've spoken about the one treble
60.
visit of Angela Kirkwood. Doesn't find one there, but still in a really good suit in this 4th leg.
$95.
That's good 95 there. But Angela, on the throw, she's still got the advantage.
Well, she's doing everything she needs to do with the darts in hand. You feel like 6 visit legs is going to be
100.
more than enough in this match. And she's left herself on a 2 darter after 5 of them to the board.
81. Angela required 96.
Well, it seems with Gemma at the moment, it seems their first and second darts a bit wayward, and the third one's always consistent in trebles. But Angela on fire.
Game
The
start
girl's on
fourth leg,
fire.
Angela Kirkwood.
And she's a leg away of dumping out the bookmaker's favourite to win this event,
Fifth
Gemma
leg, it's Gemma
Hayter.
to throw first. Game on.
The only good thing that Gemma has is because she won the bullseye, she has to win the last 3 legs, of course, but she has the throw in 2 of them.
140.
She kicks off 140 there, piling the pressure upon her opponent right from the get-go. But Angela will feel like this is a 3 leg. The big one will be the next one if she has to go there.
Yeah, definitely.
100.
You know, if Angela had she probably just think, do you know what, if I can just keep on Gemma's toes, put a bit of pressure on her. So obviously you don't want to make it too easy on your opponent on their throw.
60.
Yeah, the last couple of legs, Gemma showed a lot more emotion when retrieving her darts as such. I don't know, she,
100.
But just like that, after 6 darts each, back on level pegging.
60.
This is a good opportunity for Angela to strike when the iron's hot.
60.
As you were. Hayter will feel 6 darts from here to bring it back to 3-2 and to force Kirkwood to serve it out.
100.
One treble may do. Depends on what Angela does here.
$140. Gemma require 141.
What a visit. Hayter's up against it now. She may have to take out this 1-4-1. Treble 19 doesn't go. And Gemma Hayter, the bookmaker's favourite, may well be on the scrap heap before too long because Angela Kirkwood
81. Angela require
has left
101.
101 for the match.
Yeah, she's only not going one ball.
Well, it was a little bit of a flashy way to potentially finish the match off. But Hayter here to stay
61.
in the contest. Should get
Gemma
2
require
darts
60.
at tops.
If Gemma takes us out, how costly would Angela's last throw be?
Game shot in the 5th leg.
Smack
Gemma
bang
Hayter.
in the middle and smack bang back in the contest. But Angela Kirkwood here has the darts to progress through to the semi-finals.
6th leg, it's Angela
She
to
lost
throw
out at this
first.
stage,
Game
12
on.
up to go to Lisa Ashton. But she has the throw to see herself in the final 4 at the second time of trying.
These are
30.
true pressure darts now because, Angela being 3-1 up, missed a good opportunity there to win the match 4-2. And here comes Gemma.
140.
Gemma is a quintessential FDM, and that first dart's just being found with a little bit more regularity than it has done before. But that's a perfect first for Angela, but unable to follow it with dart 2.
70.
Both players do have, Gemma's just shy of the 80 by 0.8. And,
97.
Angela averaging 84. So it's a good standard of play in this second match.
But Hayter's taken the darts here. 2 really good visits back to back.
45.
And the ascendancy in this contest may well be changing here. Hayter's increased her level. Kirkwood, I wouldn't say, has deviated her
60.
level somewhat. But Gemma is going through the gears here, and Kirkwood has to be careful as a consequence.
Yeah, that's the thing. Gemma's found her spark in the last leg and a half.
100.
6 darts from here to force a last leg decider.
$100.
To be fair to Angela, the 2 of the legs that Gemma had, Angela in theory missed chances to win them. So she could have been 5-0 up at this stage.
Sounds like a Richie Burnett story, that.
100.
Angela's left herself for the finish for the match. Hayter to take us to a second consecutive last leg decider. Now has to hope that
44.
Kirkwood
Angela 156.
hasn't got a corker to finish.
Angela looking for 156. Just shy of the trebles there.
100.
Bit of pressure on Gemma 60. Just looking at double top of the shot. 2 10s. She does
Game
so.
shot in the 6th leg. Gemma Hayter.
Clutch. Because that could have been the last dart she threw in this tournament.
7th
And now
final
Gemma
leg is
Hayter
Gemma
has
to
the
throw
advantage of
first.
throwing this
Game
last
on.
leg. Angela's had her chance on throw to win it. She's had a dart to win it. But now you feel like it's in the hands of Gemma Hayter this match.
55.
So here we go. Angela hoping for a treble score. Like she has been so
41.
consistent. But just like that, the advantage back in Gemma's court.
Is this where the class and quality of Gemma Hayter may just
45.
prevail as the finishing line approaches?
See, it's a bit of a weird one because obviously this is Angela's second time playing in Portsmouth, and in this competition is the first time for Gemma.
125.
So I think as it stands, I think they've both got obviously things to lose and things to gain, but I think it's going to be level pegging. I think somebody's going to take it
42.
out while somebody's left on the double.
And it's one of those weird conundrums that Gemma Hayter's the favourite. People would say Gemma Hayter's one of the best female players in the world, but
60.
Angela Kirkwood's the one that's got all the experience when it comes to this tournament.
Yeah, definitely.
Needs a treble hit.
100.
That was superb.
Yeah, it's brilliant last start.
You feel like this visit for Angela is massive. It's huge. And you feel like she needs a treble hit.
45.
Doesn't find it. And Gemma Hayter, who had trailed 2-0 and 3-1 in this match, now has an opportunity to see this game home.
99.
So worst case scenario for Angela, she probably just want 3 20s just to leave a finish. Is she going to look at the 25 route to leave the 170? She does.
85. Gemma, you require 160.
Both players on a finish for the match. Another one of them for Gemma Hayter. Gives herself a dart at tops.
120.
That would have been some way to have sealed
Angela
a superb
require
comeback.
145.
And now for Kirkwood, this is her Hail Mary moment.
Does Gemma know she's got 3 darts to win full 3? What has been a brilliant game.
83.
Angela
Gemma, you
Kirkwood
require
may feel like
40.
this one was let slip. Gemma Hayter trailed 2-0 and 3-1.
Off the barrel, surely.
Game's up and the match.
But Gemma Hayter prevailed in the end. She had to come back twice from 2-leg deficits to prevail against Angela Kirkwood, who put in a real good display, had the better average, had the better double stats, but it is Gemma Hayter who crosses the finishing line. Her experience and class, the telling factor in the end. That the tail of the tape from our second match of the afternoon session. The number 1 seed and the number 4 seed are through, but they haven't had a safe passage into the semi-finals. We are now going to watch Vicky Pruim in action up against Steph Clark. That's our third quarter-final of the afternoon.
Next year, when that decision needs to be made, he's going to be 49. 1 year shy of the age of the seniors.
A very viable option. 2 players who are around that age. Well, what did he say about the 9?
Will we get the 1-4-1? Will the promise come true? Double 12. Has it?
And the match.
Steve West has won the match with a 9-dart.
But Harrison has kicked off the last leg in perfect style.
It's everything, really. Oh, he's timing this well again. 180.
With a 9-darter, treble 19. Treble 15 leaves double 18. Franchise Harrison to win the game in perfect style.
Hauled himself out of it.
Yeah, it was something that Henry actually said in jest that I was quoted as saying Jared Cole is one of the most, sounds a bit fishy. Glenn, do you know my grandpa Mark Salmon?
Do you? On a 177 and a 180. He's on a potential 9-darter.
Come on, Jared. Yes, you beauty!
Nice and high, and has now got the game back into his
100.
own destination, and wow, the momentum is with him. Here we go.
108.
I wouldn't have said it. Don't jinx it. Yes. Yes! Double 12! Yes! Get in there, Lee Cock!
Well, I think it's fair to say that the blue touch paper has been well and truly lit.
108.
Sixth max of the match. Oh, hang about. Hang about. It's getting ridiculous now. Can Tommy Leishman give us back-to-back 9 darters in back-to-back games? He could, you know. He could, you know. Goodness gracious me!
Tommy Leishman.
Back-to-back 9 darters! Welcome back to the WADC Championship Tour Finals, where in 2024, Gemma Hayter and Dita Hedman are through to the semi-finals. But this is how 2025 is going to look. 4 weekends worth of play on the 8th and 9th of February in Aylesbury, the 10th and 11th in the same venue. Then we'll be heading to the Mattioli Arena in Leicester. And then the finals will take place here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth once again on the 22nd of November on a Saturday afternoon. The finals day winner will pick up £2,000. There's plenty of other opportunities on offer, including global championship positions and places at the Red Dragon National Singles Final. Before the break, we saw Gemma Hayter get the better of Angela Kirkwood by 4 legs to 3. It means that the 2 seeds have progressed through to the semi-finals. Our third match sees the number 3 seed, Vicky Pruim, in action. She takes on Steph Clark, a player who's won an event this year, beat Fallon Sherrick in the final of event 13 of this year's action. And she is looking to make some inroads here in the finals. Her first real big shot at the big time in front of the stage and in front of the cameras, up against Vicky Pruim, who's been there, seen it, done it on many occasions before. A World Championship semi-finalist back in the 2000s.
Vicky to throw first.
And it is the Swedes
Game on.
who has the darts. And if you know one thing about the Modus Super Series and the Live Lounge in Portsmouth, is it's been a place filled with Swedish success. Andreas Harrison
39.
winning the main Super Series title, of course, early on in 2024. Beat Cam Crabtree in the final of that.
86.
Also seen victories for the likes of Anton Ersland, and Vicky herself got through to the Saturday night of the Women's Week we had here at the Live Lounge back in May.
60.
And one of the most prolific winners of titles in 2024 in the WADC circuit. Winner of 2 events, event 2 and event 7,
66.
beating Eleanor Cairns and Natalie Gilbert in those finals. And consistently was at the thick end of tournaments on the circuit this year, hence
60.
her number 3 seeding. But one thing we've seen already this afternoon, Keegan, is of the top 4 seeds, they have both been
60.
pushed all the way.
That's the beauty of darts. It always doesn't go to plan, does it? But no, to be fair, we've been treated to 2 different types of matches so far, haven't we?
100.
Both players had opportunities, both players missed opportunities, and obviously one got through. But that previous match there, you know, I think Gemma
100.
showed a lot of what she's capable, being 3-1 down. And, you know, Angela, for most of the match, she was averaging, you know, higher than the
41.
90 average.
Yeah, that was a real quality contest, that second one that we saw. A little bit of a nervy one, the opener, but how many times do we see that at the beginning of a tournament? It's very, very
129.
difficult to kickstart the show, but it does feel like the show is very much underway here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. And Steph Clark threatening
45.
a break and
Steph
throw.
requires 60.
She's left herself on 60 after 5 visits. Tops a 1-0 lead. Double 10 for the break. Open target, open bed, and she
Game shot
finds
in
it
the
with a
first leg.
plonk.
Steph
The
Clark.
Swan is up and running, and she's got her neck above water. 1-0.
Second leg, it's Steph to throw first. Game on. $60.
You know, I think that's the beauty of these matches this afternoon. There's, you know, a lot of us are seeing new faces for the first time. You know, you've got new
85.
faces and against experience. So, you know, they're all making good stories for good games of darts this afternoon.
46.
Vicky Pruitt made her World Championship debut back in 2002.
39.
Made it through to the semi-finals where she lost out to Trina Gulliver. No surprise in that.
100.
Trina really was the dominant force, won the first 7 Lakeside women's titles.
40.
Played in 4 WDF Women's World Championships. Most recently taking part
85.
at the Lakeside in 2022. That was the first tournament under the auspices of the WDF. She got through to the last 16 of that tournament where she'd lose out by 2-0 to Lorraine Winstanley, who made it into the semis of that tournament, losing out by
36.
3-0 to Bo Greaves.
'81.
Obviously, Vicky being a true steward for Cheshire County darts. Obviously, played a lot of years for Cheshire.
100. Vicky require 156.
Well, this has been an excellent start for Steph Clark, but she's going to be forced to take out the
Steph requires
74 because of that
74.
two-treble turn for Vicky.
So Steph looking at 20 for tops.
34.
That was
Vicky
thrown
requires
well.
16.
The line was perfect, just edged above the wire. Pruitt back for a level match.
James shot
and
in the
Pruitt
second
gets the
leg.
break
Vicky
back.
Broom.
Level we are, 1-1. Both legs in and around the 6-7
Third leg is
visit
Vicky to
range
throw
so far.
first. Game on.
I'll say it's the first time I've seen Steph Clark
140.
as intrinsically as this, and one thing that stands out straight away is the action. She grips the dart kind of to the back of the barrel towards the beginning of the stem, but there's a lot of good fundamentals there.
Yeah, definitely. There, you know, her throw is what you call solid. You know, just like Vicky's. But you know, to be fair to Steph, obviously England international.
40.
So obviously, I think, you know, I'm not too sure. I think Vicky must do play for Sweden, and you know, so we've got 2 international players playing each other at this point. So you know, you're gonna have you're in for a good
100.
game.
Well, very much an international flavour because Dieter Hedman's been the captain of the England team seemingly forever.
41.
Record appearance holder in the women's side of the game. See Fallon Sherrick, who's also represented her country against Eleanor Cairns later on, the first ever girls
83.
World Youth Champion.
If I remember right, I think Gemma represented England as well for a year, about 10 years ago.
121.
Yeah, she had a fleeting time representing her country before she took a break from the sport.
83.
Well, Gemma and Fallon were England teammates once upon a time.
Yeah, they were.
Clark here looking for
78. Steph, you
third
require
consecutive
101.
break of throw at the beginning of this match. Trouble 19 would have afforded her a dart at double 12, and that's the 81 breakdown she was unable to take in 2, which
60.
Vicky's got with 3 darts
Vicky
in
require
hand.
81.
So Vicky here looking at treble 18. 20 would just leave tops.
41. Steph, you require 41.
So you're looking at 2 16s off the barrel. And she
James
does so.
shot in the third leg. Steph Clark.
Well, both of Steph Clark's legs have been 1 in 18. 6 visits seems to be her range right now.
Fourth leg, it's Steph
But
to
it's a
throw
range that's been
first.
more than good
Game
enough
on.
up to press. And she leads Vicky Pruitt by 2 legs to 1. All 3 legs have been won against the darts.
45. $45.
These are the match situations where
60.
Steph took 100 at that stage just to put a little bit of pressure on Vicky. The experience of Vicky shown her.
81.
Looking for 180.
140.
Very much forcing the issue now, Vicky Prum, and you'd say the number 3 seed is in severe trouble, but we did see Gemma Hayter
66.
in the previous match overturn a 3-1 deficit into a 4-3 win, and Vicky Prum, it looks like, may have to do something similar.
59.
Vicky, open tier treble.
60.
This game as well, there's a nice rhythm to it. Both players, you know, their actions are solid. You know, I wouldn't say they're slow, but they're not
96.
fast. But it's got a really good pace to this game.
Well, they say styles make fights, and in this particular match, both styles are seemingly
100.
suiting one
Steph
another,
Clark,
but it's
101.
suiting Steph Clark better. She's unable to get a dart at double 12 to open up a 3-1 lead.
69.
But what she is
Vicky
going to do is leave
149.
herself on a double. And so Prum here has to take out the 149. She's unable to do so. And so Clark is back for a 3-1 lead. And to put herself in a leg of the final
81.
four.
Steph, you require 32.
That's
No
unlucky.
score.
That's 3
Vicky
well thrown
requires
darts there.
68.
And obviously Vicky is looking at 68. Surely 13 for the ball.
43. Steph, you require 32.
3 more opportunities for a 3-1 lead.
Game
And
shot
this
in the fourth
time,
leg.
Steph Clark takes it first time, first dart in hand. She didn't need another opportunity, and she's a
Fifth
leg
leg is
away
Vicky to throw
from
first.
getting the
Game
better
on.
of the number 3 seed. But so far in these quarterfinals, the top-seeded players have found
60.
themselves behind and have found themselves against the hill.
You know, Steph, you know, being the third on it's happened, like you said there,
60.
Henry, the last 2 games, you know, Steph would want to stop that from happening as such. But obviously Steph knows that she's got the throw
100.
in the next leg if it goes that distance. Obviously Steph will definitely have her ideas.
140.
Well, this is the point where we'd say that Vicky Prum is in severe trouble.
41.
See, we would say that, but at what point do we say it? Do we say it when the final double's gone in, obviously, or you know, because the ones that I've got
99.
experience, like you know, Dita showed in that in the first match where she hit the 180 to leave a finish, and we thought, you know, she's out of the match, but you know,
41.
these dart players with experience, they like to, you know, ruin match endings or the fairy tale endings as such.
140.
We'll put it this way, Vicky Prum won't be feeling comfortable now because Steph Clark has left herself at a 2-darter after 12. There's almost a wry smile
97.
on the face
Steph,
of
you require
Vicky.
62.
She feels like maybe her fate has been sealed.
So it's double 16, 2 8s.
Game shot and the match.
And Steph Clark provides the first shock of these Championship Tour finals. She has beaten the number 3 seed, Vicky Prum, by 4 legs to 1. A good performance that. On debut in front of the cameras, on the big stage at the Live Lounge. Clark running out a 4-1 winner. She's going to be in the semi-finals to face either one of Fallon Sherrick or Eleanor Cairns. That's the final quarter-final, and that takes place after this short break. Welcome back to the WADC Women's Championship Tour Finals, where the first big seed has departed, and that's the Swede Vicky Puim losing out by 4-1 to Steph Clark. And now we see the Queen of the Palace, who is looking to reign in the church. Fallon Sherrick looking for her first title here at the Super Series. Has not won a regulation week in this building in the Modus Super Series. She lost out in the final of the Women's Week to Rihanna Salon, who didn't qualify for these finals. And she takes on the first ever Girls World Champion, Eleanor Cairns, who won her title at the Lakeside in 2022. Comes in as the alternate player. She was number 9 in the end of season order of merit, but because of the withdrawal of Lisa Ashton due to her playing commitments in Sunderland this weekend, Eleanor got the call. She takes Lisa Ashton's number 7 seeding as well. And her first assignment is Fallon Sherrick. A packed crowd here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth for both this afternoon and this evening, watching the action and watching history be made. Tita Hedman, the defending champion, is into the semi-finals, but Fallon Sherrick alongside Gemma Hayter were the two big favourites to pick up the title at the beginning of the day. Eleanor won the bullseye. In matter of fact, out of the 4 top seeds, Fallon was the only player to have not won the bullseye backstage. But her experience and her quality will make her, you would feel, a big favourite to win this game, Keegan.
Yes, it's you know, I think Eleanor's got an uphill battle against Fallon. You know, what Fallon's done in the past for ladies darts is brilliant. You know, like we said before, the highest seeds they've got the experience, haven't they? They know what it's like to win.
41.
But Fallon's ears kicked off with 41-41, so Eleanor would be quite happy with the start that
41.
Fallon's put in.
Does there feel like a bigger pressure on the big seeds today?
Yeah, definitely. You know, there's nothing worse.
121.
It's a weird thing because there's nothing worse when you know you're expected to win, to compare to knowing that you have to play well to win, if that makes
43.
sense.
The dynamic is such an interesting one because in the case of Hedman, Hayter, Puim and Sherrick, they're 4 real established names up against players that have had great success in the Women's Series and, of course, various women's circuits, but haven't had the stage exposure or the TV exposure that perhaps the 4 seeded players did
27.
have or do have.
Yeah, that's like we alluded to earlier. It's with darts. It's all about the experience, isn't it?
And this is what
81.
tournaments like this do. It gives them that experience to then make them more established names.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we all have to start off somewhere in the game of darts.
60. Fallon Newcombe, 120.
And to be fair to Eleanor, she's not done a lot wrong. It's just too many 60s at this current moment in the play. But Fallon looking for tops.
100.
6 just low. It was a decent throw dart. Back for double 10
40.
for the break and a 1-0 lead.
Game shot in the first leg.
That
Fallon
double 5
Sherrick.
goes. Last dart in hand. Sherrick up and running. It was a 7-visit leg. But the Queen of the Palace
Second
is on
leg,
the
it's
board.
Fallon to throw
Work
first.
for Eleanor
Game
Cairns
on.
to do. Miss Dynamite is going to have to up her scoring power.
You know, even though it was a 21 break.
100.
Fallon wouldn't be bothered. She wouldn't, she doesn't care if she takes out in 9 or 45, does she? As long as she's got the first peg on the board, that's all that matters.
100.
And being supported on by Thomas Banks, who failed to qualify for the Super Series finals night tonight, and Tavis Dudney, who himself
42.
is a superb young player in his own right, had a good year on the development tour, was one of the best youth players of the
96.
WDF circuit for a number of years. Is him and his dad Dave actually last year at the Lakeside both did the scoring system together. They were both the scalpers at the event, which basically input the scores for the computer systems. So that was some
81.
father-son work. There's Thomas, alongside some enthusiastic guy who loves his darts.
123.
That's a guy by the name of Stefan Everard, who runs a lot of local competitions in and around the Hampshire region.
100.
He'll be on his scooter come the end of this, because apparently he's going to a rock and roll show, he told me earlier.
Why does that not surprise me with him?
Apparently he finishes at 3 a.m.
80.
But this has been a good response from Eleanor. Left herself first to a finish on the Fallon throw. Sherrick, of course, will expect to be left on a 2-darter.
81. Eleanor, you require 102.
Indeed she will. But this is an opportunity to get back level.
To be fair to Eleanor, she's like you just said that she played well. She's looking at 78.
Yeah. 42. Fallon, you require 97.
You know, to think that both Eleanor and Luke Littler came from the same darting academy from St Helens.
57. Eleanor, you require 60.
Wouldn't be a bad mixed pairs, would they?
I want to be nowhere near that.
20.
But Eleanor
Fallon,
Cairns
you
was nowhere
require
near
40.
that. She's had an opportunity to level this match, but Sherrick free and hand at Tots with 2-0 lead. No mistake
Game
on the
shot in
double
the second
10.
leg.
Sherrick
Fallon
2 up.
Sherrick.
Back-to-back 21 dart legs has seen the Queen of the Palace halfway towards the
Third leg,
finishing
it's
line.
Eleanor to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, I think Eleanor would be kicking herself, knowing that she had a good couple of darts there
41.
to break the Fallon throat. You know, it just feels like Fallon's going through the gears of emotion here.
180.
Kicking on.
$23.
And carrying on. Hang on a second.
140.
5 perfect. I remember it was in this building last year where Fallon Sherrick became the first ever female player to hit a 9-darter in front of the cameras.
180.
Kent hits one of her own. But the ball now very much in the court of the number 2 seed for the tournament.
59. $100. Fallon, you require 122.
I think Eleanor, she gave a good account of herself so far, but it's always going to be it's always hard when you're going to play Fallon.
108.
There's
Eleanor,
an
you require
outside chance.
157.
And against Sherrick, these are chances you feel like you have to take, but Cairns is unable to do so. And so the Queen of the Palace back for
26.
double
Fallon,
7
you require
for the
14.
double breaker throw. Just about squeezes in, double 2.
No score.
Goes the other side,
Eleanor,
but
you require
Eleanor
131.
wasn't able to make any inroads from the 157. And so Sherrick presented with another opportunity to move into a
55.
3-0
require
lead.
14.
And she'd then have the opportunity to throw for the match.
Game shot in the third leg. Fallon
And
Sherrick.
Sherrick's a leg away. Eleanor Cairns has had her moments, she's had her sparks, but
Fourth leg, it's Fallon to throw
Fallon
first.
Sherrick.
Game on.
has just had that little bit of extra quality in this encounter. The best leg of the match, a 17-darter, now throwing to
60.
win it.
And then they're probably thinking, just to get one leg on the board.
60.
So she ain't the first person to be brushed this afternoon.
Sherrick, incredibly, in her career, has won 82 titles.
41.
It's not bad, is it? No, that's you know, to win a couple of titles is good, but to get nearly 100, that's that
70.
takes some doing.
To put that in perspective, that's 81.5 more than Keegan's won in his career.
I was going to say
81.
82, but that's just me.
$85.
For Eleanor, I feel like every year that she returns to this setup, it's real progress.
100.
Still only 20 years of age, has got a very bright future ahead of her.
Yeah, definitely. To be playing in this
60.
competition in the last day at the age of 20, that just shows you how good she is of a football player to consistently to be getting there. But Fallon, it's always going to be. It was always going to be a
43.
hard battle, to play Fallon first game.
85.
Fallon hoping to set it up. She's going the right way about doing things. Look at another one to leave double 18.
100. Eleanor, you require 141.
Can she avoid the brush? And she can. Double 12. Oh.
117.
That
Fallon,
was
you require
scared.
76.
But that could also be curtains for Cairns, because Sherrick's going to get a match start at double top.
56.
But a match start that has come and
then you
gone for
require
the Queen
24.
of the Palace.
And their 3 darts are double 12. 2 at double 6. 1 at double 3.
21. Fallon, you require 20.
And just like that, you know, if Eleanor cleaned up on the doubles, she could have been 2-2 at this point.
That's awkward. That
Low
was
score.
very, very
Eleanor, you
awkward.
require 3.
Cairns to get an egg on the board.
Game start
In
on the
it
fourth
goes,
leg.
one
Eleanor
double
Cairns.
one. And Eleanor Cairns gets her first leg on the board. She avoids the 4-0 dropping. And it's also a break of front.
Fifth leg, it's Eleanor to throw first. Game on.
And just like that, back to 501.
16.
You know, Fallon open just to break the throw in a solid 15. She would take a 15 darter. Or even better.
180.
Her second maximum of the match. And her previous one came at the beginning of a leg as well.
85. $121.
Now looking to put on the afterburners. Now looking to finish this game off once and for all, the Queen of the Palace.
41.
I think with Fallon making massive inroads to leave 60 after 9.
140.
No, it's world class for any game.
Well, for Eleanor Cairns, she got the late call up because of the draw of
125.
Lisa
Fallon, you
Ashton.
require 60.
She's embraced every part of this experience, but Fallon Sherrick tops for the match. And for a place in the semi-finals, the Queen of the
Shot and
Palace
match.
marches
Fallon
on.
Sherrick.
Fallon Sherrick is into the final 4. She beat Eleanor Cairns by 4 legs to 1 to book her place into the semi-finals, where she will take on Steph Clark. Tita Hedman and Gemma Hayter will go toe-to-toe in the first semi-final. That's the tail of the tape from the final quarter-final game that we've seen this afternoon in Portsmouth. But we move swiftly on to the semi-finals, and it is a meeting between the number 1 and number 4 seed. Tita Hedman, the defending champion, up against the bookmakers' favourites in Gemma Hayter, and that game's coming up in a few moments' time.
Welcome to the party in Portsmouth here at the Modus Live Line.
They've both got the talent where they can just reel off leg after leg and dish out a heavy defeats. And what a way to start the day. We're up and running here on Champions Week with a maximum.
Well, what a way to finish. A 12-dart leg.
Beautiful check out there from Cam Crabtree.
Only
needs the one.
Game shot on the second leg. Darius
What were you saying about efficiency?
Game shot on the third leg.
Is that the moment that Reece Robinson comes alive in this crucial clash? Looks like he's going to go for it. And it is right next to his favourite double top. And he gets the job done at the earliest possibility. That is Cam Crabtree through.
Case not so. Harrison gets the all-important win.
Game shot on the second leg. Darius Labanowska. Game shot.
Well, Smith, is it a
Darius Labanowska.
9? A long time. And that clenched fist.
Game shot.
Oh, he gets the job done in the end. He was nodding in total agreement because
Game shot on the fourth leg.
Just like
Darius
that.
Labanowska.
only needs the one. There you can see.
So that she can unlock at any moment, but that is quality from Harrison. This would be a wake-up.
Welcome to the party in Pompey. Should be a good marker for him, and is. It was a great guide.
On the first leg, Andreas Harrison.
It's a breaker throw for Andreas Harrison.
On the second leg, Dan Crabtree.
Consecutive breaker throw, double 16 is found.
And he does lead. It's not an 11, but it's a beautiful 12, double 17, which he gets. Bullseye for the win. Absolutely incredible by Andreas Harrison.
He's Andreas Dirty Harrison!
And welcome back here to the First Ladies semi-final, which would be Dieter Hedman against the local favourite, Gemma Hayter. And we go straight to Henry.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon and welcome back to the Modus Live Lounge in Portsmouth. This is the WADC Winmau Championship Tour Finals and it is time for our first semi-final. Can you please welcome first to the stage, the #1 seed, the defending champion, the Caribbean Queen, Dieter Hedman!
I am #1, not #2. If I'm not
And now Dieter's opponent for this first semi-final, the #4 seed. Please welcome Gemma Hayter!
And here we go. The first semi-final of the afternoon is between Dieter Hedman and the local favourite Gemma Hayter. Both players. It's two different types of games that both players played in the quarterfinals, and I think both players would just be open to. I think with Gemma, she'd be open just to keep playing as she did in the first one. And, I think Dieter knows that she needs to be more consistent as such. But either way, we're in for a good game of darts for this first semi-finals. And just like that, I've got the MC back with me, Mr. Henry Deacon.
Oh, I tell you what, I forgot how steep those steps was marching back up to the commentary box. But what a first semi-final we have. It's the defending champion up against the bookmaker's favourite. Dieter, nervous in that first quarter-final. I think that's fair to say. But we mentioned it during that quarter-final that once she got that first game under her belt, you sense this will be a different match.
First leg,
and it's going to have to be a different match against Gemma Hayter, who was superb. Probably put in the best performance of the afternoon against Angela Kirkwood.
Yeah, definitely. Straight away, Dee has found the range on the 20s.
83.
And I think with Gemma, she knows what she has to do to beat Dieter, but she's going the right way about things.
140.
Gemma herself, of course,
43.
survived a scare in her quarter-final. She had trailed by 2-0 and by 3-1 in her match against Angela Kirkwood.
100.
But managed to come out the other side. And sometimes when you do survive that scare, can you play with just a tad bit more freedom?
Yeah, definitely. Because you feel like you've rode your luck You know, you think, oh, well, you know, I'll go over the line. That's all that matters. And all of a sudden, the pressure
55.
of winning becomes easier because you think, you know what, I could have been out. You know, I could have been out 20 minutes ago. So, yeah, and all of a sudden, it's weird. It's a weird feeling as a dart player because
100.
it just loosens your arm up. But, you know, straight away, Gemma's made, you know, I know it's only the first leg, but she's averaging, you know, high of the 110 mark.
Well, she set her stall out straight away. He's left to finish after 9.
83.
Against
Gemma
Throw, and
Yukar,
again, like the
161.
quarterfinals. Bull off in the practice room before they get underway. Dieter won that. Well, that was a Robin Hood that Gemma didn't want.
21.
You know, if that was me personally, I would have looked at the 25 bullseye route, hit the 25. It would have been an easier free darter on 116 compared to what Gemma's left now, the 140.
55.
But Gemma
Yukar,
knows.
140.
She's got a first chance here. Simple ton will leave tops. She does.
100.
Hedman with all to do here. Her back's against the wall right from the get-go. Hayter free in hand to take a 1-0 lead. And it will be an unfamiliar feeling for Gemma because the only time she led in her quarter-final was when that last dart
60.
went in.
Gemma, you require 40.
So Gemma for tops. 2 10s. And she has
Game
done.
shot in the first leg. Gemma
Hayter gets the
Hayter.
break. And she establishes her authority on this match right from the get-go.
Second leg, it's Gemma to throw first. Game on.
And for Gemma, she's had great
100.
successes on the Women's Series this year. But you get the feeling this would be such a highlight way to end the year with a big trophy in her hand, a big title she can take home with her. It'll be some culmination to what, to a certain extent, has felt like a fairy tale year as Hedman kicks off leg 2 of a maximum.
Yeah, I think it's nice for a dart player to, how do you say, to have something to show for
60.
it as such. It's nice to say, do you know what, I played all year, I played really good, I played solid, and I deserved it. It's a nice little, more of a, like a cliche moment as such. But yeah, this is where the Dieter inconsistencies came in.
29.
Well, she's improved from her quarter-final against Kim Holden, but the problem that she's got is Gemma Hayter's done exactly the same.
83.
Obviously, like I alluded to earlier, obviously me and Gemma played youth county darts for Hampshire for a couple of years together, and you know, I see our former manager, old Wendy Truman, sat at the front, you know, and even now she's still biting her nails when obviously Gemma's going for the doubles.
140.
There won't be any left after that quarter-final game, that's for sure. But Hedman's made headway against the Hayter throw in leg 2. He's left herself on a finish, but Hayter's done the same. But Dieter will feel like she's got 6 on this 152 to level up.
That's a good first start. That's a good marker to use.
60. Gemma Yukar, 158.
So Gemma, she knows what she has to do. 2 treble 20s. Now it's all about sat in the. Should be looking at the 18s.
100. Dieter Yukar, 92.
What do I know about darts?
Well, she's left herself on a single to double. Hedman left herself on 92. And decided to attack it. Double-double potentially. Decided to go for treble 12 with 72
52.
left. Now,
Gemma Yukar,
because
58.
Hayter went for the single 20 last time, she will not have an obscuring dart at tops. She's got a clean bed to aim at. And that's a great guide. It's a pearl of a marker.
38.
She's unable to utilise
Dieter
it.
Yukar,
And
40.
Hedman's back for a level game.
And the experience of Dieter has shown her. How many times has she hit this tops?
Game shot in the second leg. Dieter Hedman.
1-1. Both legs won in 6 visits.
Third leg, it's Dieter to throw first. Game on.
And Hedman, just like she did in her quarterfinal against Kim Holden, at times has had to sit back and soak up a bit of pressure, soak up missed opportunities from an opponent, but when she gets her chance, she capitalises.
81. 100.
Good turn there for Gemma.
Dieter actually won the last 3 of these tournaments, event 14, event 15 and event 16. Beat Eve Watson in 2 of those finals and a
22.
victory against Fallon Sherrick in the last event of the year. And that could well be the final of the tour finals, because Fallon's going to be in the other semi-final against Steph Clark.
55.
That takes place immediately after this game comes to an end.
You know, it's the first time for me to, to even watch Steph Clark's go, and I was really impressed. You know, how she played against Vicky, and do you know what? I think Fallon's going to have a work cut out in that match.
123.
And the opportunity, the fact as well, it's on YouTube, so everybody can visibly watch it. The opportunity for players to really open
95.
up and showcase their talents and skills in front of the cameras, in front of the stage, in front of the lights. It's the types of stuff that years ago you may get one opportunity a year at the lakeside, and sometimes not even that would have been broadcast live.
And that's the thing, of the you can't really say it's the amateur game, because it's not. It's the opportunities before you get to the Pro Tour section. And ever since COVID, it's been brilliant, been absolutely brilliant for the game, and
60.
So many players that have played here at the Modus and the ADC, and they've gone on to bigger and better things because of the talent that they play week in, week out.
$100.
So Gem Grip, a 191.
$55. D2 car 134.
Steve's got an advantage score of 2 at the moment. Looking just to set this up. So 14 to leave tops.
Yeah. 94.
And does so.
Gemini require
Does so
136.
superbly, forcing Hater into this 136. Which she did take out when she was here at the Super Series earlier on in Series 9. But Hedman, who had trailed this game by a leg to nil, could move herself 2-1 in front if she can find this tops.
So it's 2 15s to go 2-1 up. So Gemma now.
No score. Gemini require
Scored
123.
outside chance on the 1-2-3. She'll be looking at the 19s first. So she'll be looking at Cho 18 for the ball.
98. D2
How
required
that could have been
40.
a game changer. How that could have swung the tide. For Hedman to hold throw, looking at tops. But she has had a lot of low dart at a double this afternoon. She only gets one more dart at a double at this visit. And she finds the double 16. She moves 2-1 in front, and the defending champion is 2 legs away from returning to the championship match.
First. Game on.
Gemma's been in this situation before in a previous match, so she knows what to do and how to come back.
100.
Just some news away from the WADC. With a focus in mind on the Modus Super Series, our grand semi-finalist Connor Scott's been in action at the
38.
Walls Live, and he's averaged 104.38, Connor Scott, and has thrashed Dave Chisnell by 5 legs to 0. So Connor Scott, semi-finalist here at the Super Series in Series 8, has beaten Dave Chisnell 5-0. And Bo Greaves, who won a week here this year, the first female player to win a Super Series week. She's in action shortly against Danny Noppert. Just goes to show what you said about opportunities.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know, Connor.
100.
When you've not got the tour card, you can play in everything, and it opens the floodgates. And you know, to be fair to Connor, 5-0 against Chizzy.
100.
You know, she's not done nothing bad there, and just like that, on key for Gemma.
Talking about the floodgates opening. Hayter for potential 11 darter. She may have lit the blue touch paper in this contest.
100.
And Gemma knows
Gemma,
she's
you
got
require 81.
at least 6 starts at this 81. Should be looking at treble 16. Does so it's double 16.
49.
But she has got precious time on her side.
You know, sometimes there's nothing worse when you know you've got time and you don't get waylaid, but something with the mind,
Gemma, you require
you can't
32.
focus. And as soon as the opponent comes down, you focus and gets it first
Game
start.
shot on the fourth leg. Gemma Hayter.
Brilliant 13 dart leg.
The best leg we've seen
Fifth
today.
leg is Dieter to
And we have a
31st.
level game.
Game on.
Hedman 2, Hayter 2.
60.
We expected this semi-final to run close, and run close it will.
You know, so many times today we've said it's now came down to a best of 3 match. What both players would do for just a solid 15 dart leg.
Well, that's where we're kind of heading around in terms of standard, aren't we? 17, 16, 13.
41.
You're kind of having to play in and around the path of the course to win legs in this match.
And to be fair to Gemma, she's doing everything right here. She's going to fill it up for another max.
180.
Her second of the contest, her average now being pushed past the 90 mark. And Dieter Hedman, the defending champion, is in heaps of trouble.
To be fair, at the moment, Gemma's averaging north of the 90 mark.
41.
So Gemma, looking at another one, that's brilliant. She's got 61, 25 or treble 15.
134.
So she'll have 47 after 9.
It was a 13 in the previous leg. It could be an 11 here. But Gemma Hayter is doing what all great players, what all great champions do. When it comes to the championship rounds, she comes out
45.
fighting.
Gemma, you require 47.
And is looking to put her opponent on the canvas. Hayter could be on the hill. Tops for an 11
Game shot on the
darter.
fifth leg. Gemma Hayter.
What a passage in play this is. A 13 darter in the previous, an 11 darter there.
Sixth leg is Gemma
24 darts.
Game on.
To take her to the point now where she has the darts to send herself in the final, and Dieter Hedman's defence of this championship tour title could well be coming to an
84.
end.
All I can say is I'm quite glad I'm not playing Gemma in the last 2 legs.
I don't think anybody would want to play Gemma Hayter over the last 2 legs.
Not even Connor Scott.
No, Connor Scott will just play darts against
85.
anyone or anything.
Thing is, Gemma doesn't want to get waylaid. She just wants to keep
58.
at least 1 dart in the treble, just to put the bit more pressure on Dieter. So we know what Dieter can do.
$60.
So Gemma got the darts to make a good inroad on her own throat.
140.
She has played inspired over the last 2.5 legs. Her back was against the wall in the quarterfinals she played against Angela Kirkwood. She was 2-0 down, 3-1 down. But it's almost as if she is playing with an air of
83.
freedom, an air of free roll. And she may well be rolling her way into the final.
And so far, she's probably played the most consistent out of the 4 challengers
26.
left. See, they're the moments where, you know, if you hit a bad score, it only takes Dieter to hit a ton or ton plus, and she's back in the leg.
$83.
Crashes the other side. That's mightily unlucky, and that's now given Gemma Hayter 6 darts from this 193 to take the match and to take the first spot into this
47.
afternoon's final.
You know, Dieter on 190. Even if she hit 60, she'd be happy to leave the 130.
$45. Gemma, you require 146.
So Gemma got the chance, or to leave it handy. That's unlucky. So there's 40 scored. 106 left. She does.
100. Dieter, you require 145.
Has to go. Simple as that. Because if it doesn't, Hayter's going to get match darts. And the defence of Dieter Hedman's title may well be coming to an end. We can never take away the fact that she was the
60.
first ever champion
Gemma,
of
you
this
require
competition.
46.
But it looks like that defence is coming to a close as Gemma Hayter looks to close out a superb performance. Tops of the match.
6.
But 2 opportunities
Dieter,
to
you
win
require
this contest
85.
have come and gone.
Dieter looking at 85. She's looking at the 19s. 15s, so it'd be 20 to leave the ball. So it'd be double 5 to take us
75 scores, 10 left.
take us into the decider. Oh,
75.
that's unlucky.
Gemma, you require 40.
And so this, Gemma Hayter's opportunity. 3 darts at tops of the final.
Game's
And
up,
Gemma
and the
Hayter
match, Gemma
will play
Hayter.
the championship match. Her fairy tale comeback here could be 1 game away from a major title. And Dieter Hedman's defence of this championship tour title has come to an end. The first ever winner of this competition isn't going to back it up 12 months later. Gemma Hayter with the performance of the day so far. An average of 87.09. 4 from 11 on her doubles. She is deposed of Dieter Hedman by 4 legs to 2. And now it's time for our second semi-final between Steph Clark and Fallon Sherrock. And that's coming up on the other side of this short break.
Hang on a minute.
Wow! Oh my God! Well, that's £100 down the drain already. Itching to hit the 180. He's gone for the maximum.
Team for the ball. Ball.
53.
No, he said bull. That's a great first start from Adam. Oh, look at this. He's going to leave Scape. Oh, can you believe it? That is unbelievable.
Get match darts to put his team into the final. And through to the final they go. Charlie Murphy has hit the match-winning dart on both occasions. Double 4 for the title.
Please show your appreciation for the winner of the Influencer Pairs event, George Scaife and Adam Lipscomb.
He seems to be out. That's what he is. Charlie Murphy. A couple more visits yet. We're not going to need that.
Bosh.
Pie Face is through. He gets
And
there.
he's absolutely buzzing.
It was a game that Pie Face dominated throughout.
And welcome back to Portsmouth for the second semi-final between Steph Clark and Fallon Sherrick. Over to you, Henry.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second semi-final of the WADC Winmau Championship Tour Finals. We are here at the Modus Live Lounge in Portsmouth. Let's toe the hockey and let's meet the players. First of all, please welcome a WADC Tour champion. It's the Swan, Steph Clark!
I am number one, not number two. If I'm not the one, I'm uncomfortable. See the competition.
And her opponent, a former Women's World Match Play champion, the Queen of the Palace, Fallon Sherrick!
And here we go. And here we go in the second semi-final here between Steph Clark and Fallon Sherrick. You know, both players have shown how good they are during the first quarter-finals here. You know, Steph played really well to get the 4-1 victory over Vicky. And obviously Fallon, you know, I felt Fallon did enough to get through in her quarter-finals. But both players here, they know how much getting to the final will mean for both of them. So we should have a really good game of darts going on here.
First leg, it's Steph to throw first.
So
Game
obviously,
on.
Steph winning the bullseye to throw first. The first leg.
41.
Fallon out. Good second dart.
100.
You know, are we going to see a different Steph in the first match
85.
where, you know, just to get through to the semis is a brilliant achievement, but, you know, sometimes it's a bit different when you're in the semis, knowing that you can win to get into the final. You know, it's a different type of pressure.
Indeed it is, but there is also a bit of a free roll element as far as Steph is concerned.
140.
Because Fallon will be the overwhelming favourite. Fallon will be the player expected by many to go on and win this game. We've been speaking about free hits all night long, haven't we?
96.
And for Steph, this is the dictionary definition of it. Obviously, I was on stage introducing the players on. There was a bit of a nervousness about her. That's not really a surprise when you consider the magnitude of match she's about to play, but she's not showing it in this first leg.
No, definitely. You know, to leave 96 after 12, you know, you're thrown over the 100 mark.
81. Steph, you acquire 96.
So Steph gets the first chance at 96. She should look at pretty 16s, and she does to leave
56.
tops.
Fallon, you acquire 124.
But how much Fallon... Well, she's on, so it's 64. So it's 55 left. So you should be looking at 15 to leave tops.
So, yeah, 55, yeah. 84.
So
Steph
both
required
players
14.
left tops after 15, so it's a really good standard in his first leg. How much would she love that, just to go under?
No score.
That's unlucky.
She did the right thing, but she didn't get the right result. Sherrick double 10. Tops hasn't worked for her so far this afternoon, but
Game shot
double
the first
10 has
leg.
come to her
Fallon
aid on a
Sherrick.
couple of occasions, and it does so again there. The Queen of the Palace breaks. She leads 1-0.
Second leg, it's Fallon to throw first. Game on.
You know, there's nothing worse as a dart player when you've missed 3 darts on your throw for the opponent to break you in the next throw as such. So Steph, I think we're going to see what Steph's made out of her. You know, because sometimes players need to have their backs against the wall to get them going, to have the catalyst lighted as such.
Well, Fallon Sherrick has hit a 9 on this stage. She saves
26.
herself the indignity of the 9 that nobody wants.
That's
135.
good. You know, both players, I know we're only in the second leg of the match, but both players averaging about 2 points off the 90 mark.
41.
So it's a really good standard of play here.
It's felt like the best game of the day so far. And I know it's only early on in
39.
proceedings, but the quality so far, and we've been mentioning how different styles could suit different games. I think the way both players go about their business will suit one another. There's no nonsense. They get up, they get on with it, and they play at a decent pace.
Yeah, definitely. And I think as well, Steph knows, she knows the game that she has to do to beat Fallon. And Fallon knows what's it like being in the from a semi to a final. So Fallon looking at double top for a 1-5
114.
Well, that would have been a showstopper from Sherrick. But Clark looking for a moment of her own, but the 148 isn't going to go. And so Sherrick tops to a 2-0 lead.
60. Fallon require 40. Game shot in the second leg.
Never in
Fallon
doubt.
Sherrick.
All the third dart had to do was just kiss the second dart to go straight into the double 10, and
Third
they did
leg,
so.
it's Steph to throw first. Game on.
If Fallon Sherrick wins this afternoon, she has got a lot of thanks to give to that double 10.
100.
Got herself out of a couple of holes already this afternoon. And she's a couple of legs away from the final. Before a dart was thrown, many people expected Gemma Hayton and Fallon
56.
Sherrick to be the final 2. We mentioned on stage at the beginning of the programme that it felt like a collision course between the pair. And it looks like
60.
that could be the final set in stone in around about half an hour's time.
Yeah, as it stands, they probably played the most consistent. I think between them,
96.
they've had nearly every leg that's been below 15 darts. So it shows you how well both players are playing. But to Steph, she's still in it.
100.
You know, there's obviously still legs to play. It's not a foregone conclusion. And Steph would do anything just to spoil the party.
60.
Well, this is the opportunity for her to make a name for herself. She wins this title, she suddenly catapults the headlines. It catapults her name
30.
into lights. Already, this is a massive step in the right direction for her. She won a tour event and actually beat Fallon Sherrick 5-0
95.
in that final. So there is history between this pair.
So Steph knows that she's definitely got the game in there to beat Fallon.
43.
And as you know, Keegan, confidence is everything.
Yeah, especially in the game of darts. When you're winning, it breeds confidence, and when you're confident, you win. You know, they work hand in hand with each other. But Steph trying to leave a 2-darter.
81. Fallon
And she
require
has.
94.
It'll be interesting to see what way Fallon goes her. So it's 19 for the ball. So Steph might have put a little bit of pressure on Fallon's 94 and gave her an opportunity.
38. Steph require 87.
So should be looking at the 17s. She does, so it'd be 20 for the ball. Bullseye.
41. Fallon require 56.
That could be the moment this game changes. Sherrick 2 at tops with a double break. Double 10 again. For the third time in this game, she takes it. And 3-0 up is the Queen of the Palace, who's one leg away from setting up a blockbuster final with Gemma Hayter. For Steph Clark, she has pretty much stayed around the level she was at in her opening round game against Vicky Prum. The issue she's had is Fallon Sherritt, just like Gemma Hayter did against Dieter Hedman, has brought hers up. The class and the cream rising to the top.
Yeah, we always say about darts is all about timing, and
45.
You know, I think obviously for Fallon in this match it's always been the double 10, isn't it? And you know, 2 out of 3 has always been the last dart. So I think Steph's not done a lot wrong in this match.
46.
If she was to lose this game, what can she take? What can she learn? And what positives should she take moving forward, Steph Clark?
59.
I think there's a lot of positives there. You know, she's played the WADC Winmau tour for a whole year.
95.
And just to get to the finals, the final day, you know, is a massive achievement. So yeah, I think, you know, she's not done a lot wrong. She's just you know, she played her first match against Vicky in a really competitive manner, and this match has just been the odd dart where, you know, probably Fallon's experience has shown more than others. So
96.
You know, for me, you know, the positive is she's playing solid darts, and you know, nobody can take that away from her.
100.
But that is a visit of a champion, the class of a champion, and the former Women's World Match Play champion is 82 points away from making it to the Tour Championship final, where she'll set up a date with Gemma Hayter. She has been just a class above in this encounter. It was a step in the right direction for Steph Clark, but she's going to continue her fairy tale run. She has to take out this 79.
Looking for double top.
39.
That could be that. Fallon Sherritt back for double 8. And back into a final at the Live Lounge. Fallon Sherritt will take on Gemma Hayter in a blockbuster final. An excellent way to round off the WADC Women's Championship Tour. The final between two of the premier female players. Fallon Sherritt up against Gemma Hayter for the £2,000 top prize. But the most important part, to become the Women's Tour champion. Sherritt winning by 4-0 in her semi-final against Steph Clark, who played well, but maybe just a step up in class. But there's plenty of positives for her to take as she moves into 2025. But for Fallon Sherritt and Gemma Hayter, they have one more game to play here in the Tour Finals of 2024. The final will take place in around about 10 minutes' time. But before that, myself and Keegan are going to have a chat in the studio to preview that big match. Welcome back to the WADC Winmau Championship Tour Finals, where we have a blockbuster final on our hands. It sees Gemma Hayter and Fallon Sherritt go toe-to-toe for the £2,000 top prize and to call themselves the Tour Champion. The World Youth Champion of 2014, Keegan Brown's been watching all the darts in the commentary box alongside myself. First of all, before we go deep into the final and talk about the two semi-finals we've seen, what an afternoon, what a showcase this has been for the WADC and for a lot of players that maybe we've seen on streams of the women's series, but maybe not in front of the big lights, the big TV cameras as much.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's been a brilliant showcase of ladies darts this afternoon. I think they've played all to a very high standard. And it's, we got two fantastic players in the final that's going to, want to be the champion as such. So, yeah, we're in for a good final here.
And I think one of the stories about today is, of course, we're going to see Gemma and Fallon play in the final, but the likes of Steph Clark, as we saw there, bursting onto the scene in 2024, playing in a game like that and acquitting herself so well.
Yeah, definitely. To be honest, that's the first time I've seen Steph play, and I thought she was brilliant. A couple of bits of experience, but, like we said before, it's all about experience, and this is what Gemma and Fallon and obviously Dita have got at the moment.
And it is that experience which has come to the fore as far as our final is concerned. It's Gemma Hayter up against Fallon Sherritt to become the Tour Champion. Let's talk about the two semi-finals and talk about them in chronological order. We'll begin with Gemma Hayter, who had to survive a scare against Angela Kirkwood in her quarter-final, but the last 2-3 legs of that game against Dita Hedman, she made a real run for the line. That was world-class, and that's not putting it too mildly.
No, to be fair, she was faultless. When she went 13-11 to go from 2-1 up to 3-2 up, it just shows you the calibre that Gemma's playing at the moment. And, she battled well against Angela, and she did what she had to do against Dita, and that's why she's in the final.
And particularly that game against Angela, she was 2-0 down, 3-1 down, and Angela was playing well. She didn't slide off the pace. No. Gemma had to do special things towards the end to get over the line.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what you do. You have to put people under the pressure to show that you're still there. And that's what Gemma did absolutely brilliant in their quarter-final match.
Her opponent in the final is going to be Fallon Sherritt, the Queen of the Palace, a player so suited, so well versed with situations like this, the former Women's World Match Play champion. And for her, she was speaking earlier on this morning about the pride she'd have to pick this title up. And she was actually talking very long term about the WADC, about what this can do for the women's game. And for her, it'd be a great source of pride if she was one of the first names on the trophy, because she feels this is a project that's going to grow and grow as the years go along.
Yeah, definitely. It's in a couple of years now, and look at the players it's producing. So, I think, Fallon's talking very maturely along her ears, and I think, to win any trophy, but to be the first name on the trophy takes some doing.
What has she done so well today in your eyes?
I think with Fallon, she's just played like Fallon. What we consist of Fallon playing like Fallon, if that makes sense. But at the moment, I think Fallon's not been under pressure as such. But we know with Gemma's game, it's going to be two rockets colliding as such. So I think it'd be interesting to see where Fallon's game is when somebody puts her under pressure for a couple of legs. In my opinion.
Well, we'll talk about that final a little bit more in just a second. But next week, we're going to see the Men's Championship Tour Finals. And what a elite list of 8 players we've got. Andy Bolton against Neil Duff's the first quarter-final. That's just for starters, Keeks. Gary Stone against Daryl Pilgrim. Thomas Banks against Bradley Brooks. And Joe Croft up against Charlie Martin. When you think about some of the heavyweight players that haven't got a tour card right now, you've probably got 3 or 4 of them in that finals lineup.
Yeah, definitely. Most of them have all had tour cards at some point, so they know how to play darts. But, wow, that's just a coin toss, isn't it, really? Whoever plays well that day is going to win it, and that's as simple as it gets.
And, of course, Andy Bolton's playing tonight in the Super Series final, so that'd be a great way possibly for him to go into that event with a title under his belt.
Yeah, definitely. Like we said in the previous match, when you win in, you breed confidence. When you got confidence, you win, and the two go in hand to hand. So I think Andy will probably be using this later on tonight for a bit of, I wouldn't say practice session, but just to get ready for next week.
Well, that's next week, and that will kick off at 12:30 as well. But we are about to have a final here in the Women's Tour Finals between Gemma Hayter and Fallon Sherritt. Let's remind you what has happened so far this afternoon, because it has been an afternoon littered with drama. Dieter Hedman got the better of Kim Holland in the opener. Gemma Hayter beat Angela Kirkwood also in semi-finals. Routine wins for Steph Clark and Fallon Sherrick. Before then, Hayter and Fallon really did press on the gas, didn't they? 4-2 and 4-0 victories in those semi-finals, which has set up our final between Gemma and Fallon in a few minutes' time. Let's talk about Gemma first and foremost. She's got that advantage of the crowd, and we saw it at points in that game against Angela where her back was against the wall. She found herself a couple of legs behind, as you mentioned a little bit earlier on. We speak in football about how a crowd could be a 12th player. Can this crowd be a fourth dart for Gemma this afternoon?
Yeah, definitely. You know, just looking out there at the moment, I think 75% of them are for Gemma. So, you know, like we said, sometimes it can be a double-ended sword, but I think the crowd is going to be an added bonus for Gemma as such.
Has her A-game been the best starts you've seen from anybody today, Gemma?
I think she's probably played more consistent than anyone. I wouldn't say her A-game because, you know, to be fair, she went 13-11, didn't she, against Dieter? So I don't think we've not seen it entirely. We've seen snippets, but who's to say, you know, we're not going to see both of their A-games.
What have you made of Fallon Sherrick's progress through the field this afternoon?
I think Fallon's done what she's had to do. You know, I don't think she's gone out there massively, but you know, sometimes you do, you know, you have to do a wadey, don't you? You just have to wade in and do what you have to do. But I think, you know, with both players in the final, I think we're going to see two different sides of them as such.
Well, Keegan, looking forward to watching it. And we are going to see the final. It's Gemma Hayter up against Fallon Sherrick for the WADC Women's Championship Tour title of 2024. £2,000 top prize and a place in the history books. And the action gets underway on the other side of this short break.
Welcome back to the party in Portsmouth here at the Modus Live Lounge.
And he was right. Van Velzen's had opportunity, but it's Steve West that takes his opportunity. Does he get one this time? The jury's out. Is the double in? Listen to that! And Jimmy Van Ski is still alive! He's made it! And Marvin Van Velzen! Jimmy Van Ski probably felt he's already been out already tonight. Surely not again. Oh, Jimmy! It's a wry smile. What a finish! What a man! What a response! Of the 5-time weekly champion. It's Jimmy Van Ski who makes the final. Are we, Jimmy? You bet we are. One leg to see who the champ is. Yes, he can. Marvin is the man.
Marvin Van Velzen!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. After 16 events, it is time for the WADC Winmau Championship Tour Finals here at the Modus Live Lounge in Portsmouth. Let's toe the hockey and let's meet the finalists. And first of all, welcome a former Women's World Match Play Champion, the Queen of the Palace, Fallon Sherry!
Let's get it. Green light, let's get it. Green light, let's get it. Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win. I'm on 10. Hello, I'm Himothy.
And Fallon's opponent in this final, a twice Women's Series champion, Portsmouth's very own Gemma Hayter!
And here we go, down to the final two. It was going to, in what is going to be a brilliant final between both of these competitors here. So we got the Queen of the Palace against the hometown glory as such. And obviously joining me in the commentary box any second is the jack of all trades, the master of none, Mr. Deacon, when he's running in between from the stage to here. Yeah, it's a packed audience in here. And that is what both players will be hoping to be carrying in about 15 minutes' time. What a trophy. Hey.
16 events, 12 months worth of work has come down to this. It was the blockbuster final many were hoping and many were expecting. Fallon Sherrick and Gemma Hayter to become the tour champion.
83.
Gemma was the favourite at the beginning of play today. Fallon was second favourite with the odds compilers.
100.
Before a dart was thrown, Gemma Hayter went off 11-8 favourite to win. Sherrick was 15-8. And the way that both players have played today
43.
is Hayter a marginal favourite for this final.
I think the thing is with darts, when you how would you say
100?
Nobody's favourite. You only make yourself favourite by winning. And I think at the moment, I think the bookies have got it right with both of these being the top two with the betting.
60.
But being favourite and being second favourite doesn't mean anything when you get to the final. All you want to do is just win. And to be fair to Gemma, she's making great.
100.
She made great inroads so far in the Fallon throat.
The crowd is very much on Hayter's side. For Gosport,
60.
around about a couple of miles from the venue here in Portsmouth. And one thing that's great to see, the players staying on after they've been eliminated. Angela Kirkwood, Steph Clark and Dieter Hedman still in the audience. Vicky Poo is also there as well. All watching on. And all wishing both finalists all the very best. It's Hayter first to a finish in this opening leg.
Gemma, you require
She's got off to the
160.
quickest start against the throw.
So Gemma knows she got 6 darts. First 160.
55.
Gemma would have been hoping for a big 20 there to leave the 100. She's gone from a 2-darter to a 3-darter. But
105.
remember, this is to break the Fallon's throw. So he's looking at 85. 70 left.
36. Fallon Newcastle 138.
What pressure can Fallon put Gemma under it?
60. Gemma, you require 69.
Both players on similar size finishes to take out this opening leg. Hayter looking for the break of throw. She dominated the scoring exchanges of this first leg.
29.
But she hasn't won
Fallon
this first leg.
78.
Hayter's had a dart at tops. You'd expect Fallon to have something similar. She's got 2 in hand at double 12. But it doesn't go.
66.
And Hayter's been given a second
Gemma, you require
opportunity.
40.
And this is where the hometown crowd can work in her favour, roaring her on. And roaring her home in the opening leg.
Gemma Hayter.
Hayter's got the break. Hayter's got the ascendancy. She leads 1-0.
Yeah, to be fair, I
Second leg is Gemma to throw first. Game on.
I don't think either player would be bothered about, you know, they wouldn't be bothered about how many darts it's taken them to win the leg, but just to get the leg. The first one's always an important one. And just like that, it's obviously calmed Gemma down and she's hit the first 180 of the match. And straight away,
59.
Looks like she's put the pressure back on Fallon.
Playing inspired. And you can hear the decibel levels here in the live lounge in Portsmouth just go up a notch. They sense that something special could be happening to one of their own this afternoon. And for Sherrick, it's been a slow start.
100.
And Hayter, to her credit, has pounced and punished to the hilt.
You know, and this is, you know, in the Hayter camp, this is
61.
what she would have wanted to come out the blocks with a quick start. And that 140 will make it interesting.
140.
It's Gemma down. She got
60.
That's unlucky. But Fallon out. How much pressure can she put the Gemma throw on?
41. Gemma requires 120.
Can she climb the ladder and climb into a 2-0 lead? She did the hard work of accruing the break in leg one. She's going to get a dart at tops to open up a 2-0 lead.
100.
Dips just low, and you sense Sherrick needs a moment of inspiration.
$123. Gemma, you require 20.
So for a 16 darter for Gemma.
Game shot in the second
2-0
leg.
Hayter.
Gemma Hayter.
She's halfway there.
Third leg, it's Fallon to throw first.
Fallon Sherrick
Game
has
on.
stared adversity at times today, but not has she faced a player in the sort of mood that Gemma Hayter's in right now.
100.
I think there's one thing that's probably worked in Gemma's favour every game. She's been put under some sort of pressure.
85.
But Fallon knows what she has to do to win 4 legs.
46.
Chance here for Gemma.
In terms of recorded matches, this is the 5th
55.
meeting between the pair this year, and it's finally poised 2-2 in the personal head-to-head across 4 women's series matches. But they all came early on
59.
in competitions, in quarterfinals, last 16s. This is by far the biggest game that they have played against one another.
Yeah, definitely. And it's quite fitting,
60.
isn't it? That whoever goes 3-2 up in the head-to-head wins the title.
And wins a big title. A title
97.
which carries weight now, but could carry even more weight in the future.
It's a good first start from Gemma. She's used the lie good.
140.
Just when Fallon thought she was going to get a moment's peace, Hayter's left herself on a finish. Sherrick has to set up superbly, and she almost did so
123. Gemma,
perfectly.
161.
The roof would come down if that went.
100.
Good
Fallon
pressure.
requires 76.
For Gemma, so Fallon 76. Looking at double 18.
40. Gemma, you require 61.
Old Faithful doesn't come to her aid. Hayter has an opportunity to get the double break. She's too good. She's only going to get one at double 4. But she only needed the one.
Gemma Hayter.
A war of approval from Gemma Hayter, a war of approval from the crowd. That's her partner Steph, watching on nervously. Gemma Hayter a leg away from her biggest win since her return. A twice Women's Series champion. She's a leg away now with the darts from becoming the Tour champion.
100.
So Fallon really got her back against the wall here.
45.
What would she do for a 2 treble visit? And she's found one of them.
96.
She's getting ever closer.
And here comes Fallon back. On cue.
180!
Well, you knew a player of the class of Fallon Sherrick wasn't going to give up this title without a scrap. Gemma Hayter's going to be forced to win this. It's not going to be given to her.
100.
But she's going about it beautifully.
What a great match for ladies darts in general.
100.
The headline game being played like a headline game. And Gemma Hayter here, 6 darts for the title, and she's going about it beautifully. She's set up brilliantly. She's on the cusp.
I don't think I've ever heard a crowd like this in Portsmouth, unless Pompey was playing at Fratton Park.
100.
Well, this has been a fairy tale 12 months. She wasn't even playing at the beginning of the year. Yeah. She was inspired by the Luke Littler fairy tale. Well, she's about to write a fairy tale of her own. 88. So that's a match start that comes and goes.
76.
Sherrick gets one last reprieve. One dart left at double 18.
58.
That could be the last chance. And so Gemma Hayter to end her fairy tale year of return with a title, double 4.
Game's on!
The golden gem!
2024 WADC Women's Winmau Tour Championship champion, Gemma Hayter!
Hometown hero Gemma Hayter has prevailed. The Portsmouth player picks up the jackpot. And in 2024, she is the Winmau Tour champion. She has beaten Fallon Sherrick by 4 legs to 0 in the final, and she will grab the glory.
Oh, what a game that was. You know, sometimes the scoreline doesn't reflect the true game, and it doesn't there. But Gemma taking the fall, taking the match 4-0, and, you know, steady 82 average against Fallon 79, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, the thing that could have gone against Gemma is if Fallon started hitting her doubles in the early exchanges of the match. But nevertheless, you know, your WADC Winmau Championship Tour Ladies winner is Gemma Hayter.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a superb afternoon of darts we have had here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. What an end to the WADC Winmau Championship Tour. First of all, can we please give our congratulations, commiserations, she leaves the stage, the Queen of the Palace, Fallon Sherrick. I'd now like to bring to the stage our champion, Gemma. We'll do the presentation shortly, but first, a few words. I'm not sure you've got many right now. You look absolutely shell-shocked. Many congratulations. That must be special. This is your hometown. This is your city. These are your people that you've just won in front of.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say, to be honest. Thank you all for coming. I don't know what to say. I'm obviously very chuffed to win.
Let's start from the beginning and kick off with the quarter-final, because you were 2-0 down, 3-1 down against Angie. Your back was against the wall at times. What kind of spirit did you summon to pull off the comeback?
I think it was everyone here, to be honest. I mean, I should have been dead and buried. Angela played like amazing, and I should have been out. But obviously, everyone come here, and I know that they come here for a reason. And luckily, I performed in the end.
And then in the semi-final, you had that real spurt, that real spell, didn't you, against Dieter Hedman? You must have felt at points towards the end that you were almost unplayable, almost invincible.
Yeah, you get those moments in games where you just feel like you can't miss, and luckily for me, that kind of happened against Dieter. Unfortunately for Dieter.
And then in the final against Fallon, obviously we did the walk-on before the final, and the atmosphere is at fever pitch levels. A lot of them were for you. Did you draw inspiration from that? And did it almost feel like a fourth dart for you?
Yeah, definitely. I think it helps. Sometimes it can be a bit like a pressure oven, but I didn't know which way it would go. But luckily, it went my way. So
It's been some year. Come January, you weren't throwing darts, you weren't doing anything, and then suddenly you've picked up 2 Women's Series titles, and now you've picked up the culmination of 12 months worth of work. I know the Women's Series meant a lot for you, but how does this compare and contrast?
yeah, it's brilliant. My dad's watching at home, and I know he'll probably be crying right now. He FaceTimed me this morning, and he said, "Make sure you get your first title." So yeah, that was for you, Dad.
And what's the goals now? How does Gemma Hayter kick on in 2025? Or are you just enjoying this ride for all it's worth?
Yeah, I'm just enjoying it. I never expected it. I think some people did that I was close to, but I never expected it. And hopefully it will just continue.
Well, Gemma, we're going to swap places because this is your moment. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 WADC Winmau Championship Tour winner, Gemma Hayter! Well, Gemma's just asking whether that's it. She's going to soak up the adulation with her fans. I'm going to bring Keegan Brown on stage for a quick chat about the afternoon's action. Gemma Hayter, the Portsmouth-based player, is the Women's Tour champion. What a fairy tale. What a fairy tale year. In January, she didn't even have darts in her case. She didn't have a dartboard up. Inspired by the Luke Littler effect. Well, I think there's going to be people inspired by her this afternoon. Keegan's made the dash down to the stage. A deserving champion. She played the best darts of the day, inspired by a crowd. Everything just fell in Gemma Hayter's favour.
Yeah, definitely. And to be fair, she didn't have it all her own way, and especially in the first match, but she played like a true champion, didn't she? She played blindly against Dieter. She came in, to be fair, did we expect a 4-0 win in the victory?
Beating Fallon Sherrock is one thing, but beating Fallon Sherrock to 0 is something else.
Oh, it's a different ball game altogether, and to be fair, most people would like to get a couple of legs off Fallon, but to be fair to Gemma, she took the fall.
Well, we're just having a look at the moment that made it 3-0. Fallon missing opportunities to make it 2-1, and then Hayter taking out that double 4 and making it 3-0. That was the moment you felt and sensed that final changed.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing and that's the beauty with darts. It's all about the momentum. And I think now when Fallon missed a couple of darts quite early doors in the doubles, Gemma capitalised and she took her chances. And then when we saw her take the double 4 out to go 3-0 up, it just felt like everything was in Gemma's favour.
And at 3-0, sometimes you think maybe a player's got an opportunity just to maybe sneak through the back door, possibly create chances, but it felt like at 3-0, it was all done by the shouting. Gemma was just in cruise control of that match.
And that's the thing, we say that, but then at the same time, Fallon was always on her tail, wasn't she? I think she missed double 18 in the last, the last leg. So it just shows that even though the scoreline showed one-sided, Fallon still had her chances.
But Gemma was so good at picking apart opportunities. But the opportunities Fallon got interest, apart from those darts at double 18 the leg before, they were all at pop shots. There were maybe only one dart in hand. They weren't bona fide opportunities.
No, and that's the thing. It's all about, with darts, you always set yourself up for 3 darts at a double rather than 1 dart at the end of the throw. But, that's the thing. That's the beauty with darts. Gemma played well today. She played consistent and deserved champion.
We've seen her have such a good year. She's won a couple of Women's Series titles. She's won a couple of titles on this tour as well. She's now the tour champion. What kind of springboard do you think this is going to give her going into 2025?
Let's be honest, if that doesn't give her confidence, nothing will it? But no, I think with Gemma, she's done something right in the last 12 months. She's going to keep doing what she's doing right, and then who's to say she will progress further on in the ladies' game.
Well, she's getting the adulation, the congratulation of her hometown crowd. She's getting selfies left, right and centre. You've won big tournaments, but to win it in your hometown, in front of your own people, this must be one of the most special feelings in the sport.
Yeah, 100%. And, like I alluded to earlier, the crowd, 75% Portsmouth. To have that much crowd and that much people wanting you to win, like, Gemma said then, sometimes it can be a double-ended sword. So, but she did what she had to do.
And what a great showcase this has been for the WADC Tour. Not just have you had these finals here, you've had 16 events in the Tour Championship season. We've also had other Tour events where we've seen Joe Locke win titles, Joe Olfenshaw win titles. It's been a really good year for the WADC. It's a growing product. More players are getting involved in it. More big names are getting involved in it. We saw the development from 2023 to 2024. It'll be interesting to see what the developments are from 2024 going into 2025.
Yeah, definitely. And it's like anything with darts. It's growing every year. Something it's getting better and more consistent. And it just proves you there that the ladies' games at a good place at the moment.
Well, what an afternoon we've had. Let's cap off what we've seen on this Saturday afternoon at the Live Lounge. It kick-started with Dieter Hedman getting the better of Kim Holner, the last leg decided. Gemma Hayter doing the same against Angela Kirkwood. Steph Clark, who could hold her head up high. She gave a great account of herself, losing out to Fallon in the semi-finals. Gemma beating Dieter in the other semi, and then in the final there, Gemma getting the better of Fallon by 4 legs to 0. So Gemma Hayter is the WADC Tour champion for 2024. We're going to be back next Saturday for the men's finals. That's going to be a glittering cast list as well. Actually, one of those players in action, the #1 seed, Andy Bolton's going to be in action this evening at the Super Series. It's a double session day of darts.
Yeah.
2 for the price of 1 for the punters here.
It's not bad, is it? And that's the beauty of our game. We've had one fantastic session already. We've still got another session to go. If you're in Portsmouth, come on down.
Right, we better get the vocal cords sorted, haven't we? Keegan, thank you for your company this afternoon. Thank you for your company as well. We're going to be back at 7:30 p.m. on the Super Series YouTube channel to see the finals of Week 9 of Series 9 of the Modus Super Series. Paul Nicholson will join myself and Keegan for all of the action from 7:30. Andy Bolton is the favourite to go on and lift the title. But from us, thank you very much for your company. And as far as the Championship Tour finals of 2024 were concerned, it was Gemma who was golden. The gem rises to the top. Bye from us.
Ball 1, George Taylor, Gareth Tilly. And ball 2, Craig Nixon, Robin Young.